your friend
We are
on Facebook.
live. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody. We are live finally. First session of our game. For those of you at home watching, all the characters are displayed here. We're going to be playing Rise of the Runelords from Pathfinder. Some of these, a couple of these characters are converted from an old game that we've been playing before this. So if you hear references to anything that's D&D related, that's where that's from. So, is everyone ready, situated? I don't want to start when someone's away.
I am here. I'm restarting Roll20 because it keeps giving me a unhandled low-level error. But other than that, I am...
Okay, but everyone's at their computers, right?
yes.
Or whatever you're using to play. Okay. Cool. So I'll give you a minute to get into Roll20, and then.
The wrong soda can.
1 second.
Dude. Let me in.
Reminds me of that meme. Let me in.
Let me in. Hey.
No, I dropped the bean.
I am in.
Okay, we're all here. So let's get started. So this is going to be, we're going to start, I'm going to do a little intro sequence for everyone just so we can all find out certain things about each other's characters and so the people watching can as well. Okay, I have someone in the chat saying that your mics are low compared to mine, so let me raise your volumes on Discord.
Sounds good to me.
I prefer cheddar.
You know what? I do too. Cheddar is better.
Yeah, I agree.
Good Gouda,
Why do you breathe so heavy?
There's a reason why they don't make Gouda goldfish.
Why is that?
Agreed.
Because cheddar is too good on its own. All right, everyone's volume has been raised on my end. Okay, so we're going to start with the only character who was being actively played before tonight. Jareem. After you and your friends arrived in the small port town of Moonstare from the Pyramid of Shadows, you met and conversed with the mayor, Kalana Dorum. Why am I echoing? Who am I echoing off of? I can't tell.
My headset unplugged. So it came through my ear.
F. Okay.
Oh, you're good. You're good. I immediately fixed it.
Acclimated to this quaint little town that is unfamiliar to you and your friends. At the end of the day, you all decided to spend the night at the luxurious Cloudwatch Inn, where they gave you an extravagant spread of all their best dishes and drinks and spirits. You guys ate like royalty for the first time in months, or at least it feels like months, because you're not quite sure of how long it's been. But you do know that your time spent in the pyramid has sort of warped your sense of time a bit. As you all retire to your rooms for a well-deserved night's rest, full of good food and drunk off of the fine liquor and ale, you get yourselves comfortable in your beds and you begin to drift to sleep. And hold on, my fucking rhythm bot left. Okay, here we go. Now we can start playing some music.
Ooh, ominous.
As you sleep, you hear a voice enter your consciousness, and the voice it's eerily familiar to you. It sounds very similar to the voice of the nature spirit that spoke to you after you had died at the hands of Karavakos and his vile structures in the Sanctuary of Light. The voice starts off unintelligible at first, but it slowly grows louder and more into focus. At its peak, the voice suddenly changes. From far off, it sounded warm and comforting like what you knew. But as it got closer and really comes to its full clarity, the voice changed and sounds colder now. And it says the following to you. It was not your time yet. When your soul appeared before me at the gates to my boneyard, I was surprised. This was not the ultimate fate that I had seen for you. There's still work to be done, still deeds to be performed, and yet still terrible villains to vanquish. There is a dormant but great evil in a realm far away from you, in a land that I call home. If you come with me now, I will take you to this realm. Fear not, you will see your friends again. This is only temporary unless you choose to stay once you are finished. And should you succeed, I will reunite you with your friends no matter where you wish to go. Join me, Jareem. Restore the balance of this world.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
Very on brand for the character. Very well. There's one last thing you should know before you wake up. When you were brought back to life, the influence of another totem attached itself to your soul. You will find that your form is quite different, perhaps jarring, even. Do not be afraid, and take your time to get used to everything it can do. Rest assured it will serve you well. And at this point, a distant light appears before you, but it doesn't. The light doesn't wait for you to do anything. It comes towards you and grows in size. As it reaches your body, you hear the same voice one last time, and it says, "Remember that this is only a stay on your ultimate fate. I will see you soon."
All right. Jareem's gonna look at Babu and then I guess walk into the light.
And are you gonna say goodbye to everyone?
Oh, this is happening in a dream sequence for him.
Oh, okay. I thought he woke up. My bad.
Out on the open seas, a driving storm pummels the unfortunate ships that dare venture along the treacherous waves. One such ship, a pirate crew captained by Catherine Remington, fights to keep afloat amongst the driving winds and crashing waves. Some of her crew is frantically trying to adjust the sails, while others are screaming that the ship is taking on water as they try to bail it over the side. Oh, my music just died. What the fuck? Why? Why?
Just died. I'm like, yeah, hold on.
No, someone's server muted the music bot.
I did.
It wasn't me. I'm on roll 20.
Oh, I was so confused. I was like, no, my music.
I unlocked my phone and then all of a sudden the music turned off and I was like, okay.
Okay. As the ear-piercing voices of Catherine and her crew compete with one another, nobody sees the true danger up ahead. As the pirate vessel crests over a massive wave, it's already too late. A whirlpool, the likes of which nobody has ever seen, begins to swallow the ship. This whirlpool spans 100 feet across and crackles with electric energy, as if Cord himself had cursed both the waters and the crew, sealing their fates. A masculine voice booms overhead, almost taunting Catherine's futile efforts to avoid what appears to be certain death. "You are unworthy of your stations. You call yourselves pirates? You're all too busy arguing and taking on water to ever get anything done on these seas." As the ship nosedives further into the whirlpool, Catherine's crew begins to accept their fate and what will come next. "Now it is time for you dastardly lot to meet your makers. You will now all be judged by the Queen of the Dead." Everything goes black. The last sound heard is the ship being cleaved in two by the force of the whirlpool's energy. There's only silence on the inside. A minute passes, and then 2 minutes, and then 5. The same voice comes through once more, but only to the captain herself. And this time it carries a second, softer tone speaking alongside it in unison. "Except for you. You have proven yourself competent. This tale ends today, but you shall begin anew in a world where you can leave a truly lasting legacy."
But this or die?
Is it what?
I guess my choices are this or die, aren't they?
Yes.
Well, I'm not ready to die yet, so let's do it.
Deep in the swamplands to the south of the Yondabakari River, a young human druid named Dino Sorensen and his animal companion, a Tyrannosaurus named, I'm going to die every time I say this name, Chompy McChomperson, have just wrapped up their training for the day. As they both head back to the secluded lizard folk village of Thaklo, Dino takes one last look at the results of a new spell that he had recently learned. They had set up a handful of dummies, each wearing piecemeal suits of scrap metal armor that the lizard folk had given them. All of them are at least partially melted, one or two still dripping with acid. Upon returning to the village, they are greeted by the leader and Saurian shaman, Raknow. Looking upon Dino with a grin, he began speaking to him in his native tongue. Young warrior, after all this time you have shown that you are worthy of my blessing. There was a period when this village, myself included, thought that what you had done to tame this beast was a fluke. Some had even taken bets with one another that you'd be eaten by the end of the first week. Suffice it to say, there was little confidence that you would last here with us in this swamp, but you have proved us wrong. You have proved me wrong. As a token of my approval, I present this spell focus to you. Use it well. It is now time that you strike out on your own path. You will always be welcome to return here, but a warning. Be careful who you trust with the location of our community. We do not see others as friends, the way we see you.
Thank you, Sean. You've taught me so much, and once I come back, I will be a mighty warrior.
He gives you a solemn nod, bowing his head, and he says, I look forward to the day that you return.
I also nod as I go on my way.
In Riddleport, a town full of pirates, thieves, and other vagrants, a young half-elf named Ursuline Pharaoh tinkers with her blunderbuss. Finding a need to protect herself on a regular basis while traversing these mean streets, she carries a gun to keep her life and possessions where they belong. Her gun is unique in that only she knows how to work around its imperfections. Anyone else who has tried to use it has caused a misfire. Ursuline was forced to leave home at the young age of 13 after her parents divorced. Her mother, no longer wanting to have her around after her father left, kicked her out of the house. Too young to live on the streets of a crime-infested town, Ursuline went to her aunt for shelter and support. Ursuline owes her knowledge of firearms and gunsmithing to her aunt's boyfriend, who was one of the better blacksmiths in Riddleport. She crafted the blunderbuss she now uses with his assistance, and through the years he imparted smaller bits of his wisdom to help her make it her own. One night, while on his way home from the forge, he was approached by some members of a street gang run by Riddleport's most notorious smuggler, Avery Slag. He was kidnapped and eventually killed by these men, and ever since Ursuline remained vigilant in the hopes that she could spot them committing the act again. Only a week ago, her aunt's home was raided by the same gang of smugglers. On her aunt's advice, Ursuline heads to Sandpoint to track down the culprits. She attends the festival to look for clues, and as a secondary interest, to pay reverence to Desna. And last but not least, at the other end of the Lost Coast, it's Cade, right? Is how you want your name pronounced? Okay. Cade tirelessly works to keep her true heritage a secret. Taking the name of the town in which she was born and raised, Cade's life as a Dampier comes with numerous challenges and trials. She has to take great pains to hide her true identity from the friendly townsfolk that she sees every day. Seeming to always be wearing a figurative mask or other disguise, Cade relies on her mesmerist powers of illusion and trickery to stay alive. The only person in town who knows Cade's dark secret is Hannah Valerian, the town's cleric. Hannah was there for Cade's birth, serving as the midwife to her mother. Cade knows that her mother was a mage from the Twilight Academy in Galderia, but little else of her origins other than that she survived the act of childbirth and then left her daughter behind. Her vampiric father has long since disappeared, but he's likely still out there somewhere in the world. Without parents to watch over her, Cade had to rely on Hannah to teach her about where she could go and what she could do without getting caught. As the festival approaches, Hannah tries to convince Cade to attend. She says, "It'll be easier to hide yourself among the crowds at the Swallowtail Festival. Nobody will be looking to apprehend or persecute anyone. We'll all be there for a good time and to celebrate the beginning of autumn together. You'll be fine, I promise. You've done well to keep yourself safe and hidden so far, and many of the townspeople like you."
Kay takes a deep breath and looks at Hannah and says, "It's still daunting to me that I should even try to do this. I know I've been doing well this past few years with doing the odd jobs at the farms and helping in the shops, but it still scares me to put myself at this risk. But you're right. I think it would be a good chance to actually go out and feel normal for a night."
She nods, and she says, "I've attended the festival every year that I was able, and it's the one day of the year where nobody in Sandpoint has a bone to pick with anybody. You'll be fine, and I'll be there."
Cade shows a smile, a rare one, letting her teeth gleam, and says to Hannah, "I hope to see you there," before going off to get ready.
All right. So, we're going to open with Dream and Catherine. You both wake up in an inn in separate rooms. A full day has passed since you first arrived here. The room you find yourself in is it's adorned with colored dragon paintings along the otherwise gray walls. The dragons are done in like an Asian style. Dream, your room is themed after blue dragons, and Catherine, yours is red. The beds are comfortable and probably bigger than someone of your size would need it to be. You notice that most of the gear and items that you had previously are not with you. Dream, you're relieved to find that your particular stash of medicine is still on your person.
I'm gonna take a sigh of relief after frantically looking for it.
You both are wearing the clothing that you normally would wear under your armor, which sits at the foot of the bed along with your boots, your weapons, and your packs. The gear before you is mundane in nature, not magical in any way. Next to each of your beds is a note, which informs you of the town's Swallowtail Festival, which takes place today. To entice you to attend, the note even mentions that free lunch will be provided by the inn at the site of the opening ceremonies, which is near the cathedral. The note also advertises games, the release of hundreds of swallowtail butterflies, and the names of some of the speakers that will be at the festivities.
All right, so I guess Jareem's gonna get out of bed real quick and see if he could find a mirror to see if anything's changed.
Well, the first thing you notice is on the floor at next on the side of the bed are a couple of feathers, and that strikes you as odd, being you thought you were a panther shaman, but you think back to the voice that you heard and think that perhaps this new spirit that has attached itself to you is of a bird variety.
Can I see if Jareem can put it together himself?
Sure. Let's make this the first roll of the game. Go ahead and make a wisdom check.
Oh boy. Do I just click it?
Yeah, you should be able to just click the ability. Okay, 21. Yeah, you absolutely put it together that your former panther spiritual influence has been seemingly replaced by that of you inspect the feather more closely, and you're able to deduce that it is an owl feather.
don't much care for birds.
You also do you summon Babu at all, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him.
Okay, so you call out to your spirit, and you are possibly surprised to see that Babu now appears as a spectral owl before you.
Babu, you're hideous.
Babu like chirps at you angrily, but for the insult.
All right, so I guess Dream's gonna gather himself and he's just gonna let it go like he usually does, and he's gonna walk down to the inn, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So you walk downstairs. Catherine, are you getting ready immediately, or are you?
Yeah, so, Catherine just got up. She's just waking up, she's putting on her clothes. She's going to try to venture down to the main part of the inn to see if she can get some coffee or something of that nature and figure out what the hell is going on.
Okay.
Like,
so yeah, you head downstairs. Both of you head downstairs. You do bump into one another. And you do know each other briefly from previous adventures.
yeah, I remember you. Didn't I help revive your friend?
I believe you did, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and likewise.
Dragonborn with you, who was gonna cut off one of my clients.
Yes, we don't speak of him.
I don't want to know, man, but at least I know somebody here. I'm gonna grab some coffee. I'll talk to you later.
Sure.
Yeah, so you go to get yourself some coffee, and there is a old halfling woman who is there. She is the only person working in the inn this morning, and she gives you your coffee. She says, "Oh, good morning, good to see you. The rest of the help, and by the rest of the help I mean just a Mako, is down by the cathedral getting our tent set up for lunch later."
I woke up kind of confused this morning. Can you tell me what's going on here and what the Swallowtail festival is? And Catherine's gonna flash her like a big smile and be very demure and polite in how she's speaking.
Yeah, the older halfling woman, she says, you must not be from around here. We put on the Swallowtail festival every year to celebrate the start of autumn and to revere Desna, one of the many goddesses who has watched over our town, and who we one of the many who we also revere in the cathedral itself. You should go check it out. There's so much fun and food and games and all sorts of merriment for people such as yourself.
All right, thank you so much.
So you both leave?
Oh,
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
And then Kat's gonna look down at her coffee and just go, "Where the fuck am I?" And she's going to continue to sit there and drink her coffee until the world makes sense again. Or at least until she has the energy to go do something else.
Dream's gonna see if there's anything different about the new world he's in.
Okay. So you both, you step outside. It doesn't look like how Moonstare looked to you when you visited there. It appears to be a larger town. It's not, at least where you are, isn't directly on the water, like practically all of Moonstare was. It's not quite a place where there are tons of ships. But the town is overall bigger. There's definitely more people out and about than where you were previously. And you see a whole bunch of signage and imagery depicting purple butterflies on them. And there are sort of arrows pointing in the direction to go to where the festival is set to begin.
I'm gonna see if I could pull someone aside real quick. Is there anyone near me?
Yeah, there are a couple of bystanders. Go ahead and roll. Just make a charisma check. Okay, yeah. What do you want to know from any of the bystanders? You grab a young human man. You pull him aside.
I'm gonna ask him. Hey, what's the significance of these butterflies here?
He seems a bit surprised by your question, but then he understands that you're not from here. And he says, the butterfly is the symbol of Desna. She is a very important goddess to our town. She is, one of her many titles is the Great Dreamer. She governs luck, stars, travelers such as yourself.
Interesting. I've never heard of her.
Well, you'll hear a lot about her today.
All right. Is there a store anywhere? Any food or anything?
Let me grab my map of Sandpoint here. He says, "Oh, well, there'll be lots of food at the festival. All of the inns and taverns here give out free food. Most people appreciate the generosity of them doing this. I kind of think that they're all just trying to advertise themselves. But if you want to, if food is what you want, head on down to the cathedral area. Just head north. You'll see a large stone building, and you'll see a setup there. There'll be a podium and lots of tents and carts and such. You can't miss it."
All right, I'm gonna go back into the inn and call Kat outside.
Okay. So
Tell her to come with me.
you flag down Kat enjoying her coffee.
Yeah.
Did you know anything about where we are other than this butterfly festival?
Well, I learned that the festival is in the name of the goddess Desna.
I have no idea who that is.
Me neither, and I'm assuming that you heard the same voice that I did before you woke up in that strange room.
Maybe? I was sucked into a whirlpool, and we were trying to save my ship, but the person who rescued, or spirit, or whatever it was that rescued me, said I have a choice, either die or be sent to another world to save it. I don't know what that means, but, I kind of don't want to die, so...
Well, I think we should head down to the cathedral area and get some food. Maybe learn some more about this town, this world.
Sounds really good, and maybe I can find someone to help me get us some supplies, because I seem to have lost my bribery money.
Yeah, I've seemed to have lost my everything also. Except for my medicines.
Yes, your medicines. You know most of that's, like, cut, right?
I don't know who you're talking to.
The one who supplied it, you idiot.
Oh no, I believe that stuff is gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he used that a while ago.
Let's head over to the cathedral.
As you're about to leave, the older halfling woman who overheard your whole conversation just says with a chuckle, "You're in Sandpoint, and welcome to it."
Thank you. Where's Sandpoint?
Laughs even harder. She says, there are plenty of places to buy a map here. I don't have all the information.
No, I don't think you understand. When we say we're not from here, we mean we're really, really, really not from here.
Kareem's gonna tell her to. It's gonna signal to cut it out. Not raise any attention.
So,
the halfling kind of just stares blankly.
Person.
Okay. Okay. Go ahead and just roll that spell.
All right. Did it roll?
Yep. All right, so we're looking at a... Weird that the DC doesn't show up in the roll, but I know it's like 16, I think, so...
The nice old halfling lady is trying to help you out, ain't you, charmed?
Yeah, the nice old halfling lady is charmed. That is a horrific failure on her saving throw.
Yay.
Halfling love could not save her.
No.
If you could tell me exactly, can you tell me exactly where we are? As in, like, the world, the country, anything that would pinpoint, that would tell me what happened when I almost died? And also, can you forget about everything I'm asking you after we leave the store?
She
Question.
just nods and she says, "I'm going to name some places that will get progressively larger, and we'll see if any of them ring a bell for you." So clearly, Sandpoint is not something you're familiar with. How about the Lost Coast?
Nope, keep going.
Varizia?
Nope.
Galarian?
Nope.
So you're an alien.
You get it. Well, technically we were brought here from another world through magical means, but yeah, I guess an alien?
I've never met someone like you before.
And you're going to forget we had this conversation when I leave that door, right?
She nods.
Okay. Thank you so much for your help. And Kat takes a gold piece out of her purse and puts it on the counter. Like, thank you so much for everything and your hospitality, and we'll be back soon. Have a good day. And she just walks away.
She
Walks
waves.
out the door.
She waves. And by the way, the spell is charm person is not dismissible, so she is still charmed by you for the next hour. Like,
Oh no, I know.
while you're not even there.
She's just sitting there
Might be
going,
helpful later.
"Oh, the alien. Oh wait, what's an alien?"
Could be. So.
So Catherine's gonna turn into Reem and goes, did that help any?
Yes, we're very, very low profile.
All right, so let me jump over to question. Cade, would you have gone with Hannah to the cathedral area, or would you just like go
No,
separately?
'cause I go separately. I try not to bring attention to the fact that she knows me too well. I just try to like help make it seem like I help her out with random odd jobs like I do with any other town person, just so I don't bring any harm to her if I ever do get found out.
All right, let me move you guys to like the big map of Sandpoint so I can like kind of figure out, just so I can show you guys like relative to everything else, like where you all are. So, Dream and Catherine, this is the inn right here, number 37. That's where you guys were. So, Cade, you would have been. Hannah's place is 45, so that's down here by the docks. For the other characters, Dino, Urzlin, would you have just arrived in Sandpoint today, or would you have been there for a few days beforehand?
I feel like I would be there a few days beforehand.
Okay.
Probably at Festival Street. Like, I'm guessing that's where the festival is.
Festival Street
Because,
is...
I don't really know where I'm
24.
going, just like wandering out.
Okay. The festival is going to be up by number 1. Like Church Street. That's going to be up there.
Where would, what's his face be? Darvin.
Oh, Darvin.
Let's put me there instead.
Okay, that's actually right next to the inn where Dream and Catherine were.
Okay.
So,
That works out perfectly.
yeah. So if you're heading at the festival to the festival at the same time they are, you would definitely bump into them and be able to converse with them if you choose.
Okay.
So, Dino, I know that from where you were with the lizard folk would be like you'd be coming into town from the south. If you've been here before, there's the inn that they had stayed at, and there's only one other actual inn here, and it is, I have to find it in my notes. I didn't want to like put
Isn't
like
it that?
all the text on which one?
Isn't it 23?
23? No, 23 is a theater.
No, because it's big. I just assumed it wasn't in. My bad.
Oh, you're fine. The other inn is number 3, all the way up here.
Well, since I'm coming from the south, I think it'll make more sense for me to show up to 37.
Okay, so yeah, you would be there too. You may or may not have witnessed that confusing conversation that just took place. So that's good that the 4 of you at least are pretty close to one another. So is there any other business that anyone would like to take care of before you head to where the festival is going to start?
I think I would probably be talking to Darvin about what happened with my aunt and pseudo uncle.
Okay, yeah, we can do that. So yeah, before you leave, Davarin gets a hold of you and says, "Oh, the big festival's today. Is that where you're headed?"
Yeah, I need to pay a tribute to my god, Desna.
That's great to hear. I'll be doing the same.
My aunt actually sent me here. She told me about the. Sorry, hold on. She told me about the Wait, where the hell is it? I wrote it down and I can't find it.
I just want to say that if you're doing all this in character, like I'm just imagining your character like going through their pockets looking for a tiny little sheet of paper, being
That's
like,
what my
"I
aunt
was
left me too, but like looking for my notes. She left me a note because she got raided and ran away, and I'm just here looking for the fucking note.
That's what I'm saying. Honestly,
I get so frustrated that I give up looking for it. I was like, my aunt sent me here. She said you did something with goblins.
Yeah. Yeah, while you're looking, I can sort of describe what this place looks like. This is a stable that is literally called the Goblin Squash Stables. This man, Daverin, he's a human ranger, and he has, compared to everyone else that lives in Sandpoint, he has a legendary hatred of goblins. Like he has
The Goblin Slayer.
over the entrance to the stable, to the covered barn of the stable. He has a collection of goblin ears that he has preserved and nailed to the rafters. He burned the names of each goblin into the flesh of the ear, and he does this because goblins absolutely hate the idea of like keeping their own history. So he knows that writing down a goblin's name is like an insult and like a desecration of its memory.
Oh. Well, I just say Aunt Demora and my uncle Thomas sent me here, so hi. She said you did something with her in the past, and I'm just here because I got nowhere else to go.
Ah, yes, we had taken care of some nasty goblin bastards.
I could tell as I could tell as I motion towards the ears.
Ah, you see my collection. Let's hope I don't have to add to it today. But who knows? Those goblins could be up to anything. He says,
know that I will help you if they do.
I really appreciate that. And because your family has been so good to me, feel free to come back and I will get you set up with some items that you need.
Flabbergasted as I was looking for the note, I asked, "Where's the nearest inn?"
Oh, right next door, the Rusty Dragon.
I just kicked something like a barrel or something. Like, God damn it! Why can't I pay attention to things?
You should stop in there sometime. They have the best food in town. And
maybe food will help me calm down.
Well, they're probably not serving food right now. Every year, the all the innkeepers and the tavern owners they set out really early in the morning to set up all of their tents and carts to serve their food there. So if you're looking for a bite to eat, head over to the cathedral.
Will do. Sorry about the barrel, I say as I look at it after I kicked it, and then I go over and I just pick it back up and put it upright, and I leave.
Yeah, he looks at you and he says, "Well, it looks like your foot got the worst of that one. I'll see you over there."
Okay, bye.
Does anyone else have business they want to take care of? Going once. Okay.
I'm going to say that I want to just stop by the Fat Man's feed bag and just drop off some supplies to Jabril that I owed him before going off to the festival.
Okay. Fat Man's feed bag. Gotta find the information for that.
After that, I might ask around the tavern, like, what's this town about? But because I don't really care about laying low, because that's not really possible with my companion here.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'll get to that in just a second. So the Fat Man's feed bag, that is down here, right at the end of Salmon Street. You find the lanky human man Jubrail. He sees you carrying supplies, and he says, "What do you have for me today?"
I look at him and I say, nothing too special. Just some feed for the horses that the goblin stable wanted to get rid of some excess of, and some crossbolts of all things. And then I put 20 crossbolts on the table for him, and I then also just slopped down the giant bag of horse feed that's next to him and said, "That's all I could find for this week."
He says, "That's all right. You've been ahead of schedule most weeks. I won't dock you this time. Good work."
I nod my head and I say, "Well, so I'll see you at the festival?"
He says, "Yeah, I'll be around. You'll see me."
I grin at him and a toothless grin, let me make sure of it. And I look at him and said, "This will be my first time. I hope you have some advice on what I should try out at all the food stalls. Who's got the best drink? Or would you say, of course, the Feedmans?" As I shake my head, motioning at the place we're at.
He says, "I'm not gonna lie to you. The Rusty Dragon always brings the best food, but you really can't go wrong. You should check out all the little games and activities they run too. There's no prizes to be had other than pride and bragging rights, but that's good enough for the people in this town."
That's good enough for me. I'd rather stay on this town's good side.
Don't we all?
And I said, "If you need anything while we're at the festival, you'll find me."
He says, "Yeah, I know how to find you."
Of that, I nod my head and I slip out the door and head out.
All right, so Dino, you said you wanted to sort of do the same thing as Jarima, like ask around,
Yeah.
flag someone down. Okay. You actually, unbeknownst to you, you actually find the same guy that Jarima had talked to. What do you want to ask him?
Say there, friend. What do you know about this here town? And what's this festival everyone keeps talking about?
Another newcomer. Sorry, I can't help but notice the dinosaur walking with you.
Ah, yes, he's my companion. His name is Chomper McChomperson.
He says, that's quite a name. I can't imagine what he possibly does."
Oh, that's something to worry your little head over.
He says, "Well, as long as it's not chomping on me." But where was I? Oh yes, the festival. The festival. We put it on every year to celebrate the start of autumn and pay reverence to Desna.
Interesting. Anything else about this festival?
Well, there's lots of free food and games and some fantastic townsfolk are going to be giving speeches. You'll hear from the mayor and the sheriff and a few others.
Free food, you say? When does it start?
Oh, they should be kicking everything off soon. I'd better get over there myself.
Mind pointing me in the right direction of where it might take place?
Sure, yeah. You're gonna head. I'll use the ruler for this. You're gonna head this way up Mud Street, and then take Festival Street up until you see. What's that? What's that building over there? That's. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh yeah, you'll see the blacksmith, the Red Dog Smithy. From there, you make a left onto High Street, and then you take that till it ends, and you'll be right at the grounds. All right, so with everyone heading to the festival, put on some music and we can get into the next event. I gotta summon the bot again.
It just likes leaving.
Yeah, it just does that if you let it idle for too long. All right, so let's move maps.
I thought you said my cat's name for a second. I was really confused.
All right, so you all you get to the festival grounds. You see a few people standing on the stage. You see various carts and tents that are set up. There is a merchant cart here. You see a food cart here with the sign for the Rusty Dragon. You see a couple other carts in these directions over here. This one over here has a sign for the White Deer Inn. And there are others that have food and drink that are set up. This one has a sign that says Cracktooth's Tavern. This is another tavern tent called Risa's Place. This one has some cider set up and looks like a tray of food as well. And finally,
Does anyone else not have a map?
I don't. I was just letting him finish his explanations before I interrupted.
oh, all right. Well, sorry. It's because your tokens aren't on the map. So go ahead.
Keep clicking and.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and place yourselves because this map is dynamic lighting. So once you place yourself, it'll pop up.
Jeez, yes, it does.
Yeah.
Jeez, what? Oh, that's so weird.
So you go to where you would click onto your character sheet and just like drag your name, and it should allow you to drop it onto the map.
Okay, there we go.
Is that one of ours?
Cool. I'm not behind the stage.
Why is your token not set up the way I wanted it to? I really thought I had this all taken care of. Sorry, folks. Let me fix this real quick.
This is where I place my character. It only shows me what's visible to my character.
Yes.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm really glad I sprang for the $5 a month for the dynamic lighting.
It's so weird. What's even better is if you put a torch on top of the house. It freaks
I
out.
may or may not have put like 5 of me on here.
Okay.
I only see one of you.
There's
I
2
only
of
see
me.
one.
So there's 2 of you. The other one's gone.
I deleted it.
Who is this?
So there's random spots that I... Oh, that makes sense.
Wait, no. There's 2 of you again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to delete.
There's like
Ta-da!
there's like a billion Jareems.
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Yeah, hold on.
Dream, so I can be like next to him.
How about now?
Dream's here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, that's better.
Put your owl on there with you. Okay. So now that everyone can see things and they're on the map, all right, I can proceed now. People have been up for hours preparing for the festival. Several merchants that I will point out again because you guys couldn't see them before. This is a sort of a general store tent. This is the Rusty Dragon's tent. This is Reese's Place. This is the Cracktooth's Tavern. This is the Hagfish. This one over here, I don't think I mentioned that one. This is for a brewery. They're just bringing over some of their samples of mead and ale that they've recently made for the festival. And this last cart over here is that of a bakery. You see a sign that says Sandpoint Savories. Oh, and this is one all the way up here is the White Deer. Okay. So now that that's out of the way, all these merchants have set up tents to sell their wares of food, clothes, local crafts, souvenirs, and beverages. Other folks have arrived early to reserve positions near the stage. Tables have been set up to receive the complimentary lunch after the opening ceremony. The Swallowtail Festival begins promptly as scheduled, and the turnout for the opening speeches is quite respectable. There are a lot of other unnamed NPCs that are among the crowd here. The square before the church is now crowded. The women loading the tables and the merchants hawking their goods join other locals and travelers as Mayor Kendra Deverin kicks off the events with her opening speech. Good morning, everyone. Is obvious and proves contagious as she welcomes visitors and locals alike. I see mostly everyone has arrived. Even Lars Rovanki has managed to take a break from his work to be here. I'm sure his workers are glad it's not their hides getting tanned, at least not today. Those of you who are familiar with Lars know of his workaholic tendencies and notice a very reluctant-looking smirk slide across his face. After the chuckles die down, Mayor Deverin continues. It's wonderful to see so many of you here to join us on this proud day, and I'd like to extend my welcome to the many new faces I see in the crowd. As mayor, I'd like to extend welcome to you on behalf of the town. I hope you all are enjoying your stay here in Sandpoint, and I sincerely hope that you're having a wonderful time. Our town has much to offer, and I hope we can consider you as new friends. Spend some time in Sandpoint, and you'll grow to love it like we do. And even if you don't stay long, spend your money while you're here. The mayor pauses to vigorous applause from the present merchants before continuing. And to all of the familiar faces I see, thank you for coming, and thank you for everything that each of you has done to keep this town strong. To all involved in the construction of our new cathedral, you are owed a very special thanks. Sandpoint wasn't complete without its church, but today we're made whole again, and it's thanks to all of Sandpoint's citizens. The crowd responds with a roar, and a while passes before the mayor could continue over the applause. Thank you all. And without further ado, let me introduce the next speaker, Sheriff Belor Hemlock. She indicated a dark-skinned, bulky man, clearly of Shawanti descent, wearing his armor and armed with a sword that was as much a symbol of his office as it was a weapon. He steps forward. He says, thank you, Mayor. Even in the heat of celebration, let us not forget the sad events that brought us to this day. And also, let us not forget the souls that were lost 5 years ago. I would like you all to join me in a moment of silence to remember the lives that were lost in the fire that claimed our previous chapel on that fateful night. The sheriff, he lowers his head, and the crowd joins him. Many of them do so quite awkwardly as the silence persists. After the moment is over, the sheriff raises his head once again and begins to speak. In remembering, let us also not allow these events to repeat themselves. I am of the understanding that a bonfire is planned for tonight. I urge you all to observe caution during this event. He clears his throat and smiles awkwardly. And enjoy yourselves. Let me introduce the next speaker. Give your attention to Sirdak Drakus, proprietor of the local theater. And this man here leaps onto the stage in a big show as the sheriff nods to his crowd and walks back to his chair. Passing on to Sirdak, who's already on the stage. He's quite a contrast to the sheriff. He's brightly dressed, he sports a well-groomed goatee, and seems to be thoroughly enjoying the day. As he reaches the center stage, he loosens his collar a bit, winks to the crowd, and starts to talk. Well, thank you, Sheriff, for that absolutely uplifting speech. Now, I know this town has seen some tough times, but just look at what we've accomplished these past few months. I'm telling you, they spared no expense with this place. I've heard they made Father Xanthus' chamber pot out of solid gold. I'll let him tell you all about it. But first, I'd like to take the opportunity to invite you all to attend tomorrow evening's premiere of The Harpy's Curse at the Sandpoint Theater. The Harpy's Curse stars the beautiful and captivating Alishanda as the Harpy Queen, but for now you'll have to make do with a much less beautiful but equally important figure. Join me in a bit of applause to welcome His Holiness, Father Xantus, to the stage. And Father Xantus is right here. He's going to step forward. The rest of the crowd cheers as Sirdak motions him to the center stage. Father Xantus is pretty old, but he looks noticeably surprised at all the reception set up for him and all the applause that he's getting. He wears the traditional ceremonial robes of a priest of Desna, and he bears a shiny silver holy symbol around his neck. He smiles and he tries to calm the crowd down before speaking. He says, "Thank you. Thank you, Sirdak. And thank all of you for coming to join us on this most holy day. Today is a day of new beginnings. And so, without boring you with a long speech, I declare the Swallowtail Festival officially underway. And from behind, there are a few of the acolytes from the cathedral. They reveal a wagon that is full of butterflies.
Swallowtails.
Yes, full of swallowtail butterflies. He then says, "Now, we'll be getting ready to release these swallowtails in a bit. For now, all of you enjoy the fun and games, and after we're done with releasing the swallowtails, the free lunch provided by all of our fine inns and taverns in town." And he steps off the stage and he goes to help the acolytes get everything ready. Aside from all of the tents with all the merchant stuff, you see a few areas that are set up for these sort of fun and games. You see someone has set up a weightlifting challenge. There's a balance beam to see who can walk across it the fastest without falling off. There are sack races. Someone set up a tug of war. So yeah, you have some time if you'd like to participate in any of these games, if you'd like to mingle, if you'd like to talk to each other, whatever you'd like to do. I'm just going to let you guys go.
So, no free food yet.
Not yet. The free food comes after the release of the Swallowtails.
Can I go to the balance beam?
Sure.
I'd like to go to the weightlifting.
All right. So each of you go to your respective games of choice. So with that, Urzulin, make an acrobatics check, and Dino, make a strength check. Okay. So Urzulin, you effortlessly go across the balance beam, and a couple of people are watching you, and you actually get a little bit of applause. And hearing that, you decide to turn around, and just as effortlessly again, you head back to where you started. Go ahead.
I do a bow and curtsy afterwards.
You're met with some more applause, as some of the citizens really are impressed by your ability to keep yourself balanced. Dino, you go to the weightlifting. They set a few different weights in front of you. You managed to lift a good few of them. You actually are able to pick up most of them at the same time. Let me see what your carry load is for reference here. Okay, so yeah, by the time you have lifted most of the weights, you've lifted close to 400 pounds over your head. As someone who is just awestruck by your performance goes to pile on the last couple of weights, your grip does start to falter a little bit, and you sort of just like motion them not to do that, so that you can safely put everything down. But still, a very impressive feat of strength.
Can I be in the crowd applauding him?
Yeah, absolutely. They're not far from each other, so yeah, you could certainly witness his strength.
Catherine is definitely watching this go down and is impressed. Also very curious as to what's up with the dinosaur, but impressed.
You know.
Oh wait, Catherine is from the other game, right?
Yeah, she's from the old universe. Yeah.
We can have companions. Yeah, she doesn't realize that yet.
Yeah, there were no
dinosaur, but damn, he can lift.
There were no summoner druids in that party, so yeah. This would be, I mean, certainly no one that would summon a dinosaur. But yeah, so Dino, you get quite a bit of praise for your deeds. You see each of you see a few other people try to attempt the things that you've done, and no one has been able to match what either of you have displayed so far.
Sweet.
Yes. Don't get these muscles easily. And I start flexing.
Yeah, Dino's out here flexing. Chomper follows suit. He tries to flex his little baby T-Rex arms.
Aw. Can I roll
Hey,
animal
don't
handling to
estimate
pet
the
the
power of his
T-Rex?
arms. They may be disproportionate to his body, but they are
Am
very
I
strong.
at this area? Like, do I see this giant T-Rex from the place?
Well, the T-Rex isn't like enormous. Like,
Question.
No, I know.
Can I
It's
make-
like a
Can I
baby,
Can I
technically,
make,
for a
can I
T-Rex,
make
but
my
it's a
T-Rex
dinosaur.
roar
that's-
to add to my greatness?
sure. Have make an intimidate check for the T-Rex.
And I think I have to like secretly cast enhance diplomacy, like behind my back.
Sure, yeah, if you'd like.
So that's 17.
Okay, yeah.
What do you roll to not be intimidated?
There's no opposed check. The DC for an intimidate is I have it here. Hold on. Intimidate. I did the smart thing. I downloaded like a mock like DM screen for this game just so I wouldn't lose track of anything. Intimidate. Oh, come on. Don't tell me it's not listed on here.
You're just doomed to be intimidated.
Right?
The only to beat intimidate is with another intimidate.
In some cases, yeah, that can be a thing. Okay, so let's see. You are trying to have it. So with a 17, let's see. Yeah, no one's wisdom modifier is high enough for this. Yeah. So though he's not like actively trying to have Chomper McChomperson demoralize anybody, because that's what this check is basically for. All of you take notice of this this human-sized T-Rex that is roaring, and you take note that it is certainly formidable, even though it's not at full size yet. Some of the crowds at this point turn around, and they all now see that there is a Tyrannosaurus here. And you hear Sirdak, who had just jumped down from the stage. He says, "That is by far not even the strangest thing that I've seen at this festival over the years. But fair play to you, sir."
Sorry, I didn't hear all that. What'd you
He jumps off the stage and he says, "Through the years, that's not even the strangest thing I've seen at this festival. But fair play to you, sir."
Don't mind him just showing off a bit.
He smiles and then turns around and goes back to sort of mingling with some of the other people.
All right, time to win tug of war with me and my T-Rex.
Okay. So, is any
I'd be on the other side.
sure? Does anyone else want to join in?
I'll join in. Dream will join in. He's gonna look at Cap before he does, and he's gonna say, "Please, no more alien business."
Cat's just gonna look at him and be like, "Hey, I got the answers that we needed, okay?"
Sure.
So you guys walk over to the tug of war. Jareem, which side do you want to be on?
I want to be on the side with the dinosaur.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, me and Chomper will definitely work together. And before we start, this time I would like Chomper to somewhat try to intimidate the others on the enemy team. Not to deathly scare them, but like try to make them surrender before we even start.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so a couple of the merchants, some of the bigger guys, Cracktooth and Garradin up here, they will join on Ursulin's side of the rope, because who is going to pass up the chance to play tug of war against the T-Rex? Go ahead and make an intimidate check for Chomper.
And again, I like to cast enhanced diplomacy on my boy.
Sure, yeah, it's a cantrip. Do it as much as you want.
Oh.
All right, so it's 15. Garradin and Cracktooth, they look at each other. They're more confused than scared, but they know they're in for a challenge. Everyone who is involved, make a strength check.
Yes, Chomper.
So I'm just like kind of stealthily behind.
Oh.
all of them.
I'm a weakling.
Yes.
Aw.
Which side of the rope
Come
are you on,
be a
Cade?
Chomper.
The other side.
The other side. Okay. Man.
God damn it!
Can I know what the two other people rolled?
Well, Catherine's sitting on the other side, just like Catherine's just sitting and watching.
No, I meant like the two people
no.
on my side.
Yeah. Another person, an unnamed person, walks up and sees that it's 4 against 3, and he decides to just even the sides for the sake of doing it. Okay, so the side with, big surprise. The side with the Tyrannosaurus is going to win. The Garradin rolled a 7. Cracktooth rolled a 12, and the random NPC also rolled a 12.
I rolled a 2.
Yes, but luckily for you and Jareem, who only rolled a 7, the two of you are absolutely carried by Dino's massive muscles and the fact that there's a Tyrannosaurus on your team as well. So after the game ends, Jess Cracktooth and Garradin both look at Dino and Chomper, and they say, "Well, that was a first for both of us. Why don't you stop by our tents later? We'll give you something to drink."
Oh, awesome. And good attempts. Like, not many can out-muscle a T-Rex, so I congratulate you on the try.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to have a rematch later.
Catherine's gonna walk up to
But
Dino
first, me
and
Dino are
Kareem.
gonna do our little victory high five.
Yeah, Catherine's going to walk up and be like, "Wow, that was some really impressive muscle work." Or your T-Rex looks like they're really having fun with this.
Well, yeah, he loves a good competition.
Yeah, the Chomper is currently like Hulk Hogan posing, like.
I've taught you well, Chomper.
Oh no.
As some more time passes, eventually Father Abstelar Xantus gets back on the stage, and he sort of motions everyone over. The large covered wagon that they had brought out from behind the stage is now in the center of the square. And Father Xantus gets into a short speech. He recalls there's a parable of a bit of lore where Desna fell down to the earth, and she was nursed back to health by a blind child, and as sort of a repayment for this child helping her, she transformed the child into an immortal butterfly as a reward. And with that, they pull the cover off the wagon, and they release 1,000 swallowtail butterflies into the sky. Just a huge, like, almost looks like a storm cloud of butterflies that just all shoot up into the air, in a huge spiraling array of colors. The crowd once again goes up in another huge cheer for this event. And through the rest of the day, you guys notice that there are children chasing around some of these butterflies. Right before inviting everyone to go start having lunch, Father Xantus says, remember, it's if a butterfly lands on you, it's good luck.
At this point, Kate is just staring at the sky in absolute wonder. She literally had to cover her mouth to like stop herself from like gaping in awe at everything, because she had never seen all the splendor of all the colors being hit by that sunlight and all that light just shimmering down. Kind of looked amazing and beautiful, and it was one of the few things that actually evoked true human emotion from her in a very long time. It's not something she had before.
Arizona's just gonna try and handle the butterflies to land on her. Not
Okay.
like aggressively, but like try and sway them into landing on her.
Make a handle animal check.
Oh, you know I will.
Okay. You how do you want to like try and like coax the butterflies over to you? Like, is there anything that you're doing, or are you just?
When I see like a group of butterflies, I like go over swiftly and then just stand still and like have my arms out so like I look like a tree, and I try and get them to land on me.
Okay. Well, most of the butterflies sort of just fly around as they tend to do. One of them does land on you, landing on your shoulder.
And I try and keep it there as long as possible.
I walk over to this
Interesting.
quote tree and just look at them and say, they are kind of wonderful, aren't they?
They are. Wonder if I could keep it as a pet.
Yeah, this woman over here sees this, and she says, "Oh, you've been blessed by Desna on this day."
I kind of need it after what I've been through.
I'd also like to walk over to where a bunch of butterflies are, hold my hand, and in my druidic language, I say, "Come to me, butterfly."
Okay, yeah, this is gonna be because you're a druid, it's gonna be a little bit different. This is gonna be a I think this qualifies as wild empathy, but let me check here. Wild empathy.
Wild empathy just improves the attitude of an animal. And since they're butterflies, I don't think they're going to be aggressive by any means.
Into the mist, or in the mist says otherwise, just so you know.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll I don't know why this says it functions like a diplomacy check. I'm not going to treat it that way. Go ahead and roll handle animal. You're going to get an additional +1 to your roll. It's 25. So, yeah, you walk forward, and not to be outdone by Ursulin's display, you channel your inner...
That's exactly why I'm doing this.
Right, I know. I'm saying you don't want to be outdone. So you channel your inner druidic teachings and wisdom, and you sort of very like gracefully present yourself as someone who the butterflies should be attracted to and land on, and sure enough, 2 of them land on you, one on each fingertip of your index finger.
I still got it.
You sure mine will stay longer? Just saying.
Challenge accepted.
Okay, both of you roll handle animal.
Damn it.
That's not bad.
Mine's probably not gonna be any better.
Oh, natural 20. All right, our first natural 20 is in a butterfly wrangling contest. Pathfinder, ladies and gentlemen.
I am a follower of Desna. You cannot outmatch me.
I have 2 butterflies. You have but 1.
One of them does stick around on you, Dino, longer than the other one. However, that other one too does fly away, while Ursulin still has hers sitting on her shoulder.
And I just have this smug look on my face, like,
And then I snap my fingers, being the trigger for my dinosaur friend to start roaring.
Why? Why is that vampiric empathy?
It's a racial feature. So Cade is attempting to use her own empathy to attract a butterfly to her. Go ahead. You can roll a handle animal as well. Okay. Many butterflies fly around you. They sort of they surround you. They come within various distances of you. None, however, land and stay there.
Do I notice that she's trying to do this?
Make a perception check.
I'll also make one since I'm right next door.
Yeah, you can if you want.
Where the hell is perception? Oh, there it is.
So, you can see I'm genuinely saddened that no butterflies are actually landing on me, and I look down at the ground near my feet instead.
As for your checks, the two, you notice that she's doing something. You don't know, you don't really catch on that it has to do with her heritage, or you don't really know that, like, you know, she's a Dampier or anything like that. You both know that she's trying to do as you've done and try and attract butterflies to herself.
Oh. Can I help her and, like, get a butterfly on me again and onto her?
Yeah, both of you roll handle animal, and it'll be an 8 another.
Yeah, that looks like the 8. In your face, Erlen.
All right, yeah. The two of you both show Cade your own techniques for attracting the butterflies, and eventually you guys do manage to help her get one to land on her.
Now that is how it's done.
This woman over here, Lanalee, again, she just says, "Desna be praised. All of you are so lucky."
Luck has nothing to do with
I
it.
turn around to her and I say, "You got any food?"
Her cart, her place of business is a tavern. And she does have food. She hands you a mug that is full of cider. And she gives you a small plate of what looks like spiced potatoes.
That looks pretty good. Mind my ass
So
up?
at this point, I'm still just sitting there, kind of quietly screaming and getting really excited over the fact that I had a butterfly handed to me by someone. It's still standing.
I moved the butterfly that's probably still on my shoulder onto my head so I could eat and not get any food on it.
Okay. Yeah, it stays there for now. Dino, the woman says, "Of course, all the food is free," and she hands you a plate and a mug as well.
Looks good. Gotta find me some meat for my friend here. Onwards, Jumper.
Yeah, you then hear the voice of Ameko from the south saying, if it's meat you want, I've got what you need right here.
I'm gonna go over there.
She hands you a second mug. This one is, she says, it's full of winter drop mead. And the plate of food you get is, it looks like curried salmon.
Fish. Just like back at home. What do you think, Jumper? Like, hand him the fish.
Chomper devours it and absolutely loves it.
Well, you know, my friend, if you ever need it, you're free to advertise the fact that this dish is T-Rex approved.
Ameko responds with a chuckle, and she says, "I'll get right on that."
Not many can make such a claim.
She begins like grabbing like another sort of like blank piece of paper or some other thing that she can use as a sign, and she starts like just like scribbling on it, like T-Rex approved.
Yes. And then I start like chugging down my 2 drinks. Which one is better?
Which one do you drink first?
Cider.
Okay, you drink the cider, and it's pretty solid. It's very very seasonal. Has a nice sort of like kick of the boozy qualities to it. You certainly know that it's an alcoholic drink. The mead, however, is even better. It has a very, very deep and robust flavor. Just like a very subtle hint of sweetness to it. Almost like a little bit of like a chocolate note almost. It's pretty thick and heavy, like you would expect a mead to be. But you're left feeling very satisfied.
Yes. I think I'll indulge myself on this meat some more.
You guys see me kind of like nibbling on food, but not really eating them, and you've noticed that I've also just kind of been trailing you guys after the butterflies. Not like trying to hide it, but just kind of in wonder of the T-Rex, and you guys were just random strangers who came out right up and were kind to me and didn't even blink, and I was just like, this is nice. And following.
At this point, actually, Hannah walks over to you and she says, "Oh, you've gotten a butterfly to land on you. How lucky!"
Is she talking to me or Cade?
Talking to Cade. Well, both of you. But more to Cade because she knows Cade.
Mouthful of potato. I go,
a small piece of food in my mouth as well. And I look over at her and I go, I know. It didn't work when I tried it. It didn't work, but oh, what's your name? And I'm looking over at, well,
Ursulin, right? Yeah.
Wait, what did you
I
say?
believe so.
Your mic's all
in
wobbly.
character, I asked you what your name was. Because I haven't introduced
I take the cider and I gulp down and I say to get the potato out of my mouth, and I go, I'm Erzlin. Nice to
I
meet
was
you.
like, well, nice to meet you. Erzlin handed me a butterfly and now it's staying on me. So that's a win. That's a win, right? And I looked and I'm like, Harry, by the way, what the fucking demons? And I'm like yell whispering and I'm pointing over to the side.
Hannah is going to briefly attempt to get her own butterfly to land on her, and she does, actually. She sort of reaches out with like an open palm and almost as if she knew she was going to succeed all along. She just brings her hand up just below one of the butterflies, and it comes to rest in her palm.
With another mouthful of food, Jay just looks at Hannah and goes, how is it so easy for you? Why?
I turn to it and I say, it's because we're followers of Desno, the butterflies can tell.
Dream's gonna walk over to the hagfish.
Okay, so yeah, you walk over to the hagfish. See, Hannah, just from that last thing that you said, Ursulin, Hannah sort of corrects you. She says, "No, I'm a cleric of Gazre, but Gazre is very much about nature and such. And plus, having spent so much time living in Sandpoint, I'd like to think that I've attuned to these butterflies at least somewhat. The hagfish's tent dream is this one here.
Right.
So you're heading over there. You're trying to get some food.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a plate in there.
Okay. He gives you.
Catherine's going to follow because she's hungry.
All right, cool. Babu will fly over. This man greets you. He is a pretty big dude. He is. You notice that he has one leg. There's a prosthetic on his right leg. He greets you both with a smile.
I'm gonna look down at his leg and I'm just gonna give him a smirk. I'm gonna say, "You gamble a lot?"
He says, "Yeah, in my younger years. Now I just run the tavern where the people come to gamble." He hands you both a bowl full of lobster chowder.
Ooh.
He takes it and asks so gambling, what games are available, or what games are normally played?
The local favorite among everyone is it's called Bounder. You get we give everyone some dice and you roll them and you have to be outside of what the dealer rolls.
Okay. Good to know. By the way, this chowder is amazing.
Yes, it's quite good. It tastes very fresh, that almost like the lobster that they caught it, in like the wee hours of the morning, like right before they went to make it. He said, the man says, if you're really the gambling sort, you should come and try to drink from Nora's tank.
Catherine's gonna flash him a smile and go, "Oh, what's that?"
Oh, well, the namesake of the tavern, the hagfish. It's that's Nora. We keep her in her tank, and if you can drink a mug of water or a single tankard of water from her tank, we give you all the money made from the people who tried and failed before you.
Sorry.
He said.
Catherine's just going to smile like that sounds so silly. Who would do that? Maybe I'll come by one day and see someone try it out.
He sort of says with a laugh and almost like a prideful tone to his voice. He says, "Many have tried, but in nearly 10 years of running my tavern, only 28 people have succeeded." You should come down one night and find out if you'll be number 29.
Well, what happened with those who failed?
They
Hold on.
they have a pretty bad night in front of them in the bathroom.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure they don't die, because you know what they say, as long as it doesn't kill you, it makes you stronger.
No, I wouldn't still be around if it killed them.
Do I hear them talk about the hagfish?
Make a perception check. You're like 50 feet away, and there's a lot of noise around you, a lot of hustle and bustle.
Since I finished with my potato, I'm also gonna be looking around, and I'll make a perception check too.
Oh,
well,
wow.
20.
Yeah. Dino, you absolutely pick up on the discussion of the hagfish, particularly the part about drinking the tankard of water. You don't you hear them talking about the gambling of the boundary game, but that doesn't interest you as much as this challenge that the owner has put forth.
And I'd like to think to myself, hagfish. What do I know about a hagfish?
Would I know about it or no?
Both of you can make a nature check, knowledge nature.
I don't know if he said that out loud. That's why I was asking, do I know about it?
Oh, well, I mean, you hear the name hagfish, so you could try and like picture what it might look like. Okay, yeah, you don't have any idea.
Can I tell you what I picture?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
I picture an old lady with fins and gills, and she's got like a little walker, and she's like throwing rocks at people that she doesn't like because she's a hag.
Beautiful. I wish that were real now.
And I'm speaking of like I've seen some pretty weird fish in my day, and knowing how gross they can get, I'm thinking, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you know.
And I could
You don't know everything, but you do know that a hagfish lives up to its name when it comes to appearance. It's a pretty nasty looking creature, and you imagine, and as you said, you imagine that a creature such as that, the sort of water that it would live in would not be very palatable.
Interesting, but not worth it. I'm gonna continue drinking my meat instead.
All right. With that,
I'm sorry.
is there are you guys all just going to continue mingling and enjoying the food and such? I assume like you guys are going to like make it around to all the tents at some point, or
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm gonna grab Kate's hand and sit. I
Oh.
found a new friend. I'm gonna take her with me.
okay.
Or I don't know.
Okay, yeah, so you bring Kate over to the Rusty Dragon's tent. Ameko gives you each a mug of the winter drop mead, as well as a nice sized plate of curried salmon. Some of the other tents that you guys haven't conversed with yet. Again, this one is the sort of the Sandpoint general store. They sell like some goods there. You see an older human man with a long beard, wearing a hat. He looks a little surly, but once you guys sort of like break the ice and look at his wares, like he softens up a bit. With him is his daughter, who is strangely dressed kind of provocatively for this sort of event. She takes particular notice once he eventually heads in that direction. She takes particular notice of Dino for being able to lift all those heavy weights and winning the tug of war from earlier. The other ones, Cracktooth, again, you guys go over and you get your free drinks. He has a nice like amber ale that he hands out to everyone. Garridan over at the White Deer's tent, he is serving plates of peppercorn crusted venison. That's pretty good. As far as like all the food here, the Rusty Dragon's food is probably the best. But there are no real duds among the group. Like all the food is enjoyable. And then finally, there's the baked goods over here at Annika's cart, the Sandpoint Savories. So yeah, you guys spend a few hours just continuing to eat and drink and be merry with all of these Sandpoint citizens. And again, you see children chasing around butterflies and failing where you all have succeeded in getting them to land on you.
All this is going on. Well, Catherine's gonna walk over to the Rusty Dragon and try to start up a conversation with the owner, with the proprietor.
Yep, that's Mako right here. She gives you wave, says, "Hey, what can I do for you? You back for more food?"
So I'm not from around here, and I just got here. I'm trying to get settled, and I was wondering if you knew where a gal would be able to make some money that wasn't. Actually, no, just know where a gal who can make some money.
Oh well, I keep a job board inside my my inn. I don't know if you noticed it when you were heading out, but
fortunately, I was still a little dazed from my adventure, or the previous day. I didn't know that was there. That's very helpful. Thank you.
yeah, well, come back and check it out sometime. There's always random stuff that needs to be done around town.
With the T-Rex, and why does he have a T-Rex?
Because I can.
Mako just looks at it and says, "Yeah, I was kind of wondering that myself. Never seen anything like that before, even when I was out adventuring."
I eventually wander over and I say, "It's the same reason your friend over there has an owl."
He's a shaman?
Mine's cooler.
So
Well, you look at the T-Rex and you notice it is very much a real T-Rex. It is not a spirit.
No, it's just a friend, is what I say.
they're the same, because that's a real animal. Babu is a spirit.
Well, is it a friend that he relies on?
Sure, half the time. The only other spoken to him before today was very quickly, well, it doesn't matter. I really don't know him that well.
Cade just abruptly butts in and goes, "Well, I don't know really any of you. I know that they're Erzalin. And I know Erzalin helped me get a butterfly, and I know that dude has a dope T-Rex. And I guess you have the cool owl that's not an owl, or your friend does who's not your friend, because I'm sending a lot on."
What I meant was he has a T-Rex because the T-Rex is his friend. He's got an owl because the owl is his friend, and everybody's good? Question mark.
I kind of
Yes,
just
T-Rex,
mumble
I'm
a
just
little bit.
confused
What?
because it's a motherfucking T-Rex.
It is a motherfucking T-Rex.
That is true. It is a T-Rex, and that is out.
I'm gonna poke her and go, and you're a person. We're at a festival. We should do things,
We
right?
should. I'm sorry. Seeing a real T-Rex, and I'm really fascinated by it. Please don't be offended.
I'm gonna look at
Of
her
course
and
I
be
will
like,
be offended
I am
because
too,
my
don't blow the
T-Rex
cover.
is amazing. Ain't that right, Chomper?
Chopper continues to pose and flex and generally make it known that he thinks he's the best.
I cannot exaggerate how well I taught my T-Rex the bones. Like, I've never been so proud of my buddy before.
At this point, I also look around at everyone and go, "Oh, by the way, I'm Cade."
Are you guys from around here? Because I'm new to town and I don't quite know much of anything, actually. It's a little embarrassing.
That's
Aaron
embarrassing.
Martin.
I'm also a bit of a wanderer myself, so I just found myself here.
I actually live here and I grew up here. So if you need any information on the local area or where's what or who's who, you can ask me. And if you need a hand for doing any odd jobs or anything, I'm definitely up for it. It's what I'm known for around here.
I feel like that's a good place to get started.
That seems true. I kind of need components for something, anyways.
So at this point, I say, well, I just start prattling off people's names. So I'm like, okay, well, there's Hannah the cleric. You all met her before, I think, when she was talking about the butterflies, and we were confused about whose god she was. But yeah, there's the cleric. There's Jerusalem, who works at the Fatman's food bag, and other decent places food. They actually have a nice stand, like over in the other area. And I look at them and go, "Oh, well, actually, who do you want to know about?"
Sorry, you started to trail off a little bit at the end of what you said. I didn't catch it.
Well, yeah, no, that was the
Yeah,
point.
your mic sounds warbly.
Oh, well, I trailed off in character too. I was like, "Well, wait, who exactly do you want to know about?" Because I realized I was just
Oh,
practicing
okay.
everyone.
As much as knowing the area is not very helpful, this is a festival, so I'm going to indulge myself.
I'm kind of with Dino.
Okay, so you guys, well, at least the two of you,
Wait, Catherine's gonna stop Ursula for a second. I'm like, well, wait. Did you say Dino?
Yes.
Yes, it is
The
me.
guy with the
as you know.
dinosaurs' name is Dino.
That's what he introduced himself as.
Does Dino have a last name?
I turn to
Indeed,
Dino and I go,
Dino Sword.
Dino what?
Catherine is going to smile and try. Catherine's gonna hold back giggles and just go. That is an amazing name.
as you are now standing next to the general store owner's daughter, who had been looking at you after you had showed everyone how strong you are, she says, "You sure it's not Dino Studinson?"
Oh. Can my character actually say that out loud? Like, do I hear that? Because I'm right
Yeah,
next to this?
yeah, you're right behind him.
Come on. So,
As a response, she goes, ugh.
how old is the daughter?
And how old is Dino?
Two very important questions.
The daughter is like early 20s.
Oh, okay.
Dino, how old are you?
Well, in lizard folk years, I'm not sure, but I am also in my early 20s. 23.
Okay,
So,
okay, it's
alright.
good, it's fine. But my response is still, because that's like a weird fuck, that's a bad pickup line.
Yeah, Catherine's just gonna turn around and look, expecting to see like a teenager, and goes, "You might want to work on your game, sweetie." But
She.
Well, no, my last name actually is Sorensen.
Wait.
That is my nickname. I start flexing some more.
At this point, I kind of just put my hand gently on his shoulder and I go, I don't think it's working.
But everyone should know my greatness.
Catherine's going to. So Catherine's going to turn to the store owner's daughter and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be rude. It's just that was a lame line. Do one better. Try this. And it's like, watch what I do. Oh, okay, trust me on this. So Catherine's gonna turn to Dino. He's going to flip her hair and smile and be like, so, it must have taken a lot of strength to be able to tame a dinosaur.
Evelyn makes that noise.
Like it with every separate word, like of all my stats, I'm gonna like strike a different pose. It took strength, dexterity, con, big brain,
What is con?
wisdom, toughness,
And a whole bunch of fourth wall
awareness.
breaking.
Interesting.
Precisely.
You must have been training for that. Was so interesting. You must have been training so much for that. Did you always know you wanted a dinosaur?
From the moment I was born, I realized that dinosaurs were my calling.
I'm looking back and forth at the townsfolk and mouth, like, just kind of being like, I don't know what's happening.
I look at Kate and be like,
I see
and I go, what's happening here is bad pickup lines.
She looks.
Is it working?
She, the daughter is like staring at Catherine's like attempt to give advice, and then she turns back to Dino and she just says, "My name's Shayless. You should
That's out of character.
you should come down to my father's store sometime. I'll be there."
Yeah, maybe you can buy me a drink.
I should definitely.
Comically, I'm going to like shove myself in between them and like kind of like slide in and be like, "Show me your wares."
But yeah, well, this is happening. Catherine's gonna go. Maybe you could buy me a drink.
Wait, it's
I'm
Catherine?
new
Well, all
around
the drinks
town.
here are free, but you're free to come with me.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm still trying to put it out of my mind, but Arizlan just can't help hearing
This
it.
be-
Not mixing with the
This became so cringe so fast, and I love it.
Yes.
I absolutely love it.
Show me your wares.
Do you actually want to see their wares?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything to get out of the cringe.
So Shayless shows you just a whole bunch of like stuff that you would expect to find at like any general store. There's some tools. There are some things like trail rations.
Are there any sheep intestine linings?
No, that's not something that they would probably have like out. But when you mention that to Shayla, she says, "I think my dad keeps some of those in stock."
Yeah, you might want to sell some to these two.
She laughs. There's also
She just blatantly interrupts and goes, I don't get it.
Oh.
So among the tools that you see, there's some like tools for like home improvement. There's some farm tools. There's some really smaller like mundane weapons. Like there's a couple daggers and nothing super like big and gaudy and like dangerous that you probably shouldn't be selling out in the open at like this at a festival. There's also there looks like there are some fresh baked pies on the table as well.
weakness. No, I'm kidding. Would they happen to have any of the components that I need, or no?
What components are you looking for specifically?
For the sniper.
Oh, you're talking like raw materials and things like that. No,
That'd be more of the blacksmith.
that'd be more the blacksmith.
Okay. Your wares are not wary enough for me. I say.
I just kind of look at the shopkeep and kind of shrug and kind of politely look at them like, don't mind them, they're new here.
Okay. At this,
Then I shuffle them on to where the blacksmith is.
Oh, when I said your wares aren't wary enough, I had like a straight face and like I was disapproved. Like it was a disapproving look.
I love it.
she just looks. Shayla just looks at you and just like, okay.
However, how much are the daggers?
The daggers are. Shayla sees you looking at them. She says, "Oh, those old things. Those are 2 gold apiece."
Those are expensive.
Mind give me a discount.
Make a diplomacy check.
Damn it.
She looks down at them, kind of takes a look over at her dad to see if he's looking. Looks back up at you and says, "Just because I like you, 1 gold, 5 silver."
Sorry. I say. I
Alright,
laugh out loud.
Dear, you've got yourself a deal.
All right, so you've got yep, you're handling it perfect. Love to see players do their own character sheets. Okay, so yeah, you've got another dagger in your inventory. At this point in the day, it's getting close to sunset right about now. Father Xantis is stepping back up to the stage. He carries looks like he's carrying like a rock in his hand. Anyone who wants to identify that can make a perception check.
Yeah, I'll perceive.
I'll perceive.
Hold on. Ah.
I'm not coherent, aware, or strong, or knowledgeable at all.
Where the hell is
That's
perception?
why you have the beach.
It's alphabetical.
None of my rolls have ever been good.
Okay, so
Are we all rolling perception? My bad.
yeah, you can if you want to. You don't have to.
I want to. I want to be included.
I know you do.
Inclusion.
Okay, so Dino and Jareem know that the item that Father Xantis is carrying is a Thunderstone. Not like the one in Pokemon.
Thunder.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
We know what it does.
yeah, it's an item that basically you throw it on the ground like those like 4th of July like snaps, and it like makes like a big like thunderclapping sound. It's meant to like get everyone's attention, basically.
I
Or-
like to prepare my
Or that's how he uses it.
for it not to scare him.
Okay. Handle animal check, please.
And since it's my own animal companion, I get +4 on that.
Yes, you do.
Do you need it though?
Not with that kind of a roll. So yeah, your Chomper McChomperson is fully prepared for whatever is about to happen. So yeah, with that, a sharp retort like the crack of distant thunder slices through the excited crowd as the sun's setting rays paint the western sky.
I was not ready for it. I wasn't.
A stray dog that has crawled under a nearby wagon to go to sleep gets startled and is now awake once again. As I just lost my place. As all heads turn toward the central podium where a beaming Father Xanthus has taken the stage, he clears his throat, takes a breath to begin speaking, and suddenly you hear the scream of a woman cut through the silence. A few moments later, another scream rises, and then another. Beyond them, there is a sudden surge of strange new voices, high-pitched, tittering shrieks that sound not quite human. The crowd parts. I'm going to show that by moving some of these NPCs. Wait, no, hold on. Sirdak's going to go with them. The rest of them are going to be on stage. The merchants are all going to sort of back up behind their carts. She's going to come back to... She's going to run back behind this tent. It's better cover. Okay. And something low to the ground races by, giggling with disturbing glee as they run past where you heard the stray dog get startled, and the dog again is scared, and you see it come running out from under the cart. And with that, the raucous sound of a strange song begins, chanted from these shrill and scratchy voices. And they say, "Goblins chew and goblins bite, goblins cut and goblins fight, stab the dog and cut the horse, goblins eat and take by force. Goblins race and goblins jump, goblins slash and goblins bump. Burn the skin and mash the head, goblins here and you be dead. Chase the baby, catch the pup, bonk the head to shut it up. Bones be cracked, flesh be stewed, we be goblins, you be food." And with that, there are 4 goblins that have parked themselves behind the cart that Annika was running, Sandpoint Savories.
I see it, don't I?
Yeah, by now you all see it.
I just say, fucking goblins.
I crack my neck.
Catherine's gonna go.
Ugh, these little pests.
All right.
So, are goblins that big a problem around here?
They're so fucking annoying with their little fucking shit.
With that question, are you like sort of asking everybody around you, or is this just like an internal thing?
Like looking around, like, are they really that big a problem around here?
Okay, so you're silently thinking this. Okay.
No, I'm asking.
Oh, you are asking. Okay.
I am asking out loud. I'm like kind of looking around.
Okay.
And asking, like,
Well, for commoners, like I think that goblins be a bit of a problem, but for anyone trained with anything, they're nothing more than a nuisance.
Cade, being from Sandpoint, you would know that there are a number of goblin tribes that are around the town. They typically don't come and try to assault anyone like this.
With
can
my,
you share that information?
should I share like how I have ties to Darvin or no? Darvin? I can never say his name right.
Daverin?
Darvin, yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's there. He sees the goblins behind the cart as he moves away as far as the crowd parting is concerned. Yeah, he did notice that the goblins are present, and he angrily draws. He didn't bring much with him, but he does keep a dagger on him, and he draws that out and he readies himself. So with that, I'm gonna have everyone roll initiative.
I was gonna say, if I see him do that, I'm gonna go towards his side to help him.
Yeah, you can like move over that way before we start, just
I
because.
don't know who this is. I know
Yeah,
it's
before we
him.
start,
I
I'd
know
also
this is
like
right here,
to approach them a little bit.
but I can't be right next to him if that guy's there. So.
Yeah, you guys can make a move towards.
Like, I just want to be within striking range whenever these things ready to fight.
Sure.
Wow, I didn't click on my token, but thank God I didn't because I rolled the nat one.
That counts.
No, because watch what happens. I click on it and then I do it. It doesn't count.
We're rolling initiative. What?
I mean, technically, Dream rolled a 4 first, and then he rolled a 20, and then
Why am I
It
stupid?
said my token
Found
was,
it.
thing.
I'm still stupid.
yeah.
Ah, shit.
I think we should all just take the second number we rolled when we clicked the token.
I've only rolled one.
Yeah, why do they roll so many times?
That's because they didn't click their token.
Can I get a reroll then? Sheesh.
I don't even see you on the turn order.
Because he didn't click his token. You have to
Yeah. Click on your token and then click the initiative.
Oh, I see.
That way it assigns it to your token.
Much better.
There we go. Okay. So let me get this sorted. All right. Our goblin-hating friend Davrin has initiative. He is going to move around the back of the tent, charging forward, and he's going to make a strike against this first goblin right here in front of him. He rolls a 20 to hit, which is a hit. And he deals 5 points of damage to that goblin. He takes his dagger and sort of like slices it across the side. That particular goblin is yells out in pain and is pretty scared, but for now is going to hold its ground. It's now actually that goblin's turn. That goblin is going to collect himself, and he's going to attack with his weapon, which the goblins refer to as a dog slicer. He hits Davarin. Davarin takes 5 points of slashing damage from this goblin's dog slicer. It is now Jareem's turn.
Okay. Jareem is gonna make his way over to the goblins.
Okay.
I don't think I have any ranged anything. Or wait, you said we can move up to them, right?
Yeah, I would say that, upon seeing them, I would have given you one round's worth of movement before initiative. So
Okay. So yeah, I'll move up to them.
okay.
And then I'm gonna use Burning Hands.
All right, Burning Hands. So that is going to be reflex save. That is going to target all creatures in the cone. 15 feet. All right, so that is going to target 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that will unfortunately catch Davern as well. All right, so reflex for half damage. So let's make these saving throws. DC of 14. Let's see. Fail, 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 fail. So, all 4 of the goblins take 2 points of fire damage. They all catch on fire, and the one that Davern attacked on his turn sort of bursts into flames, and in a bunch of shrieks and cries of pain, he falls down in a heap and is no more. Oh, and I gotta make Davern save too. He gets, let's see. Okay, I just have to look up what his saving throw would be for that. I think it's pretty good. So let's.
Yeah, I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Yeah, he succeeds on his save, so he only takes a single point of damage. All right. It is now this goblin's turn. That goblin is going to scream that he is going to make a step out from behind the crate there, and he's going to pull out a short bow, and he will fire it at the first thing he sees in front of him, which is going to be, well, he's absolutely terrified of Chomper because it's a dinosaur, so he's going to shoot at Dino. That is a 7 to hit, so his attack just sails past you harmlessly. And upon realizing that he missed, he's going to scream out in, you're not really sure whether that's just what he normally does or if he's actually terrified. He's going to try and make he's going to try and use the rest of his turn to hide. And okay, yeah, so the goblin is pretty well hidden behind the crate. It's now Dino's turn.
Alright, so even though he's trying to hide, I feel like I saw a bow where he went, so I'm gonna approach with my 30 feet of movement. Thank God I don't have 20 anymore.
Right, yeah, you have that that increased movement speed.
Alright, do I see the goblin?
Make a perception check.
Perception, don't fail me now.
You do not. He is.
Perception, fail me now.
You don't see where he went. For now, I'm actually gonna hide him on the map for now. He rolled that high. So you're gonna have Chomper move forward.
Chomper, where did he go, boy?
Okay, you can have Chomper make a perception check as well.
Did he get a bonus because he has scent?
He has scent. That's right. Let me check the rule on that real quick. I'm pretty sure it does give a bonus, but
On the thing, it says it's survival.
yeah, it's more for like tracking, but I know scent does work for detecting things when other sensors might fail you. So let me. Go ahead and roll the check, and I will. I'll get you an answer on that as soon as I possibly can.
Maybe more survival, because survival is usually like tied to scent.
Well, you're not like looking for tracks. You're more like trying to detect him.
Well, 14 base, but I'm not sure if he gets anything via scent.
Right. Let me. I've almost got it. 1 second. Okay, scent. Here we go. Yes. He can detect that the goblin dove into this smaller crate right in front of you. And he sort of like,
Alright.
he indicates that by like sort of making movements with his snout.
Alright. Chomper, sick 'em.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to have him sort of just go into the crate. Go ahead and roll a bite attack. Chomper gets a mouthful of sweets, but no goblin.
God damn it, stupid goblin. Alright, then it's my turn, so I'm also going to look into the crate and stab with my scimitar.
Okay. Yeah, he has the goblin has concealment, but go ahead and make your attack. $19. All right, let's see if that hits with the concealment penalty. Okay, so oh, it's just a mischance, so I have to roll it. Okay, roll a D100 for me. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I do that, but I just had to clarify the rules. Okay, so your attack hits. You slash into the crate. And although when you pull your scimitar out and you notice that it has the fillings of some of the sweets on it, you also see the unmistakable deep red color of blood as you've actually killed that goblin.
Annoying little prick. Alright, who's next? Oh, as a free action, I have Chomper try to intimidate them.
Sure, go ahead and roll an intimidate check for him.
And, yeah, I'm not able to use my extra bonus, but come on, Chomper, don't fail me now, buddy. Yeah.
Okay, 17, so that is hit dice plus wisdom modifier against them for them to resist that. And they are scared. They are scared. They're looking at each other, and they seem to give each other looks of like, you know, we didn't think this could fail. But they are scared.
Us four goblins should have been able to completely take over the village. How is this happening?
All right, that ends your turn. It is now the goblin closest to the one that you have just killed. You hear him scream. He's like, ah! And he's gonna pull out his short bow and try to succeed where the previous Gabi failed. And he also fails as he releases the arrow from his short bow and it just flies over your head harmlessly. He only rolled a 9 to hit, so he misses horribly. He's going to try and hide like his friend did. He's going to sort of force himself prone behind this little trough back here. That
Come on,
is
guys. I know you're like little goblins, but you can do better than that.
a stealth roll for him. Okay, he feels like he's pretty well hidden. And that brings us to Erzalin's turn.
Ah, sweet. Am I in firing range of either of them?
The blunderbuss is like it's a pretty short range. I think it's only like 15 feet. Well, you're shooting bullets, right? So that's
Yeah, I don't know where to see to make my attack.
it should be under
Oh, there it is.
yeah. You got it. All right, firearms. Just remind myself here. Blunderbuss attack range is. Why am I not seeing it? Oh, I have to click on the weapon.
Half range too.
Yeah, it has a 10-foot range increment when firing a bullet. So within 10 feet, it is a normal attack roll. Past 10 feet, it's I believe it's a -2, and then every further 10 feet is another -2.
Alright, well, I'm gonna move up then, because let's see what I'm gonna do. I'll move up right next to, like, Dream,
Okay.
and I'll shoot at this guy.
All right.
Do I just click on the
Yeah, you click on the name of the weapon, yeah. Okay, it's versus touch AC, so that is a hit. The goblin takes your bullet right to the chest. This is of the four that were hiding and waiting to attack. This is easily the sturdiest of the four of them. He is badly hurt, but he survives.
And I will reload, or do I have the thing where I don't have to reload, I just automatically do it?
That would be elsewhere on your character sheet. Sorry folks for having that blocking the screen. Get that out of here. Okay. You have a crit Deadeye. That's to fix the broken condition. Okay. Deadeye is for doing touch AC from further away.
Ow.
That is a dodge attack.
Because I thought I picked that up as a feature trait thing, where I automatically reload.
Here we go, gunsmithing. Shit, what was the name of that feat? I don't think it's on your sheet.
If not, I'll use my miner to reload for right now. So that's about it.
I know you
Don't
took.
worry too much about it. I'm pretty sure these guys will be dead by next initiative round.
I still
Yeah.
have to, I was just...
Yeah, I know you took something like that. I just don't know why it's not on your sheet. All right, we can fix that. For now, so yeah, we'll say swift action to reload. Because yeah, like you would only get one attack anyway because your base attack bonus is not 6 or higher. So yeah, we'll swift action to reload, and that'll bring us to Catherine's turn.
Okay.
Okay. So. Sorry, I had dropped something. Okay. So I am going to run. First thing I'm going to do is run forward. How far can I? I'm assuming I can get up to there at least.
Your speed is 30, so
I was right in front of the babu.
Move back from where they were before. Like we were allowed to move up further before the.
yeah, it's true. I don't think you moved before when I said like you can move before initiative. So
Oh no, I didn't.
so yeah, you're fine.
I missed that. Okay.
You're fine.
I'm just gonna move. Alright, so we're gonna assume that I did that move a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to climb on. I'm going to jump onto the table. and wrestle. So I'm gonna jump onto the table, jump onto the goblin, and stab.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like I'm stepping onto the bench, then onto the table, and then kind of throwing myself at the goblin with a knife.
Okay. Yeah. So that is going to be. Yeah. Just go ahead and make your attack. If you want to, I don't know if you're trying to put like style points on this, but if you want to roll acrobatics or something like that, feel free.
No, it's gonna be very straightforward. Nothing too complicated. Oh God.
When I just rolled that acrobatic and kept rolling ones and took damage from the fucking crates.
Down to roll 20. Give me a sec. Okay.
I found the feat, by the way. It's rapid reload.
Yeah, that's we talked about me having that.
Yeah, that's a move. It's a move action reload.
Took me now. Why won't you load my freaking... How?
Hello.
Did I? I'm here.
What is your sheet not loading or something or
Yeah,
what?
that's exactly what's going on. But she's not loading.
Okay. I can take care of it.
Yeah. So I guess it would just be a melee basic attack. Yeah. It's like I accidentally exited roll 20, and then when I came back, I couldn't get my sheet to load.
Okay. So we're going dagger on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you leap up onto the table. I'm gonna roll acrobatics just for style points. Yeah, you keep your balance easily. You look cool doing it, and you then go and try and stab at this goblin. That is a 12 to hit, which unfortunately is a miss.
At least you look cool doing it.
That's right.
That's half the
Kid
battle.
Flavor, can we just assume that as she misses, Catherine just kind of rolls a bit and gets back on her feet like nothing happened?
Yeah, so we can have you roll.
Stabs, dodges, front flips.
So yeah, you'd kind of do like one of those like hit the ground with a roll and then get up and start running again sort of thing. You kind of make it past the larger setup cart that's there, and you come down on the other side of it next to the crate that is pooling up with blood thanks to Dino's scimitar attack. And you find yourself on the other side of this goblin now. It is now Cade's turn. Cade? Marco, you're muted. Marco. Polo.
Hello.
Yeah.
Come on, Merp.
Allie, you're muted. I don't know if that's intentional.
I'll message her. Hold on.
We have 7 viewers right now, by the way. That's pretty cool.
Hey.
TBH, I just have it playing in the background for you.
Yeah, I have it.
Impressed by,
I have it up on my phone. That
Chomper
counts as one
Chomperson
too.
over here.
Oh yeah, it's totally the Chomper McChomperson show as he's continuing to strut around and pose, even though he missed his attack.
Hey, let's be real. Chomper
Yeah, but he
McChomperson
showed
is
me
the
where
best
he-
character
where he
we've
went.
introduced this game.
Yeah, I don't.
Alongside with Dino, of course.
I don't
course.
disagree. Chomper is probably like Chomper's definitely up there with the summons that I have on my druid I really put a lot of thought into those guys, and I love to see the amount of just I don't know, just thought and creativity put into this T-Rex here. He just reminds me a lot of my summons, such as Croc Lesnar and
Brock Lesnar, hell yeah.
yeah.
Why do all my characters make terrible choices?
And the Hypnotoad.
The Hypnotoad is good too.
Actually, now I think about all 3 of my characters make terrible choices when it comes to, like...
Do they all have low wisdom or something?
No, not terrible choices in general. It's just, like, terrible choices in terms of, like, flirting, love life, etc.
Making it my goal to try and get as Erzilin knocked up.
Like, they're not stupid characters, but I had one that only flirted when drunk. So, of course, she hits on the gay guy. Doesn't realize he's telling her she's gay and thinks he just has a preference for humans.
Okay. No, sorry. Go ahead.
And then and we have Kat, who can be extremely charming, but screws it, but also very awkward. And then I have a tiefling who somehow impregnated a dragon.
Oh yes.
Bard moment.
Oh yes. No, yeah. I was there for that. Yeah.
Are you kidding me? That is great investment in your child. That's how you get a sorcerer.
I
right
stole
there.
one of
That's what I said, man. That's what I said.
I stole one of the bard's eggs. The
Oh,
dragon.
I'm very proud of it. I did not expect that to work.
Okay. I hate to do this, but in the interest of moving things along,
Yes, let's do it.
I'm going to take Cade's turn. Cade is going to move, like, prior to initiative, Cade would have moved up as well. She's going to have a clear shot at or a reasonably clear shot at the closest goblin to her, with her crossbow. That is 11 to hit, which is a miss, and the shot just impacts the cart in front of the goblin harmlessly. And finally, it is that goblin's turn. He's going to pull out his dog slicer, and he's going to look at Catherine, who just tried to leap at him and stab him with her dagger, and he's just going to be like, stupid Longshank, and swing his dog slicer. That is a 15 to hit, which does hit. You take the minimum of 2 points of damage. Slashing.
Killed by a freaking goblin.
So yeah, he kind of just like slashes you in the leg, being so much shorter than you. And it's not a great effort considering how wounded he is. Back at the top of the round, you guys noticed during this time that there are other goblins just like running around that are like a little more in the distance. One of them is particularly clumsy as it attempts to scale and run along the roof of one of the houses, and it actually falls off the roof and just like dies hilariously.
Appropriate for a goblin.
Yeah, not its finest moment right there. Davarin is going to step over the corpse of the goblin that died next to him. He's going to move next to Catherine. He's going to then swing his dagger. With that is only a 6 to hit, and he does not connect with that goblin right there. He's going to be very angry with himself for failing to scalp this goblin where he stands. He's going to end his turn. It is now Jareem's turn.
Go, Dream.
Jareem is gonna keep concentrating on this goblin right here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna... Ah, shit. What does Shadow Trap do again?
Shadow Trap pins the shadow of a creature to the ground.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do that. I'll do that to one of the goblins.
Okay. Which one?
I mean, one's surrounded, the other one's hidden.
The one, yeah, the one in front of me.
The one is surrounded? Okay. He gets to make a will save. That is the wrong character sheet. Here we go. Will save. Wow, with a -1 will save, he still succeeds. So he is not restrained to the spot that he's currently in.
Little fucker.
This is a resilient ass goblin.
Yeah,
Spicy goblins.
he rolled an 18 on a save somehow. Amazing stuff. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it.
Can I assume that Babu would have like flown to you by now, or?
Yeah, Babu's there.
Okay. Dino, it's your turn.
Alright, I'm sick of these little goblins. Chomper, go find the other goblin and murder him. So he's gonna go over here and he's gonna search for him.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and just make a perception check for Chomper. I'm sure he'll be able to find. Okay, his scent tells you that this goblin is in this general vicinity, this direction. Looking around, he doesn't quite find the goblin, but he knows that the goblin is very close and in that direction.
Alright, so I'm gonna go over there because they got the other goblin covered, and I'm going to also search for him.
Okay, so you can make your own perception check.
Come on, don't fail me now.
You also fail to find the goblin. He is well hidden enough near these troughs here.
Fuck. Well, in that case, I'm just gonna go right here. I'm gonna attack this goblin.
Okay. Okay, 16 to hit. That I believe that hits. Let me check here. Yes, that does hit. You
You've been lucky long enough, you prick.
you swing in. How are you? You swing in like downwards or like cross or?
I'm swinging down. I'm chopping this dude in half.
And you do just that. You contact with the goblin's skull, and just cleave him in two vertically, and that goblin is for sure dead now.
Alright. As a free action, can I have Chomper roar again? If he can't find him with his eyes and nose, maybe the goblin will make a sound to where it'll alert him where he is.
Sure, make an intimidate check.
I thought you were gonna have him roar and like use echolocation.
It's a T-Rex, not a dolphin.
Ooh.
Yeah, you hear the goblin just scream and go ah, and at the start of its turn, it's going to try and run away. You get an attack of opportunity against it.
Ooh, do both of us get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, and Davarin does as well.
Shit. You missed.
Okay. Yeah, you do miss. You're unable to land with your scimitar as it scuttles. Okay, so as the goblin tries to scuttle out from underneath the trough and run away, both you and Chomper are not quite quick enough to catch it. However, Davarin, with his dagger, he sees it out of the corner of his eye, and he swings. He takes the dagger into his left hand, and he sort of like swings his arm like horizontally towards the dragon's head, and as if implanting a holder into like a cob of corn, the dagger just sinks into the skull of the goblin, and he just like lifts it off the ground like by by the hilt of his dagger and holds it aloft, and he looks at all of you and says, "This one is going on my wall."
Yeah, sure. That's your kill. You're free to do whatever you want with it.
At this point, Father Xantus comes running over, and he looks at all of you and says, "Oh my goodness! Thank you for helping us. Are any of you hurt?"
Untouched.
Scratch.
Scratched.
He hears Catherine. He comes over and says, "Here, let me help you." And he's going to use a Cure Light Wounds on you.
You.
Just want to see what his bonus is. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty. Wow, and he rolled a 1, but he still has enough of a bonus to recover your 2 hit points. He says, he steps away and he says, I hear some other goblins around the town. I have to go check on some of the other citizens, but I'll be back, and if any of them pop up, just do your best to fight them off." And he starts running towards where the crowd headed. Currently the scene in the town, in the cathedral area, as well as just outside of it, there are other goblins that are sort of just like trying to like run amok everywhere. Like they are just singing and slashing with their weapons, just completely like indiscriminately, like all over the place. Like if they see, it doesn't matter if they see like a person or a dog or even some of the butterflies that haven't like flown away in fear yet. They're just waving their weapons all over the place, trying to kill whatever they can.
That's not good.
I need everyone to make a perception check, please.
Okay. I don't know if Allie's back yet.
Yeah, she didn't respond to my message, so I don't know.
My perception is barely where it counts.
She fell asleep.
That's what I think.
I mean, I hope not.
I don't think so, because she was looking forward to this.
It's okay. We're not going like super much longer than this, but
Yeah.
just because I know, I mean, it's almost midnight. So, all right. So 11, 12, 5. I'll roll for Cade. 17. Okay. So with all of that, 13. Okay, cool. Cade being the closest. That the tent, or the cart rather, that had been set up for Gavin Deverin and his brewery is now on fire. And behind it, Cade also hears some more cackling goblins. These goblins are, appearance-wise, they're the same, but in terms of what they have on them, slightly different. 3 of them are carrying they have their typical weapons at their sides, but they are also carrying torches. And the 4th one is in the back, and it is singing the same. It's continuing to sing the same goblin song from earlier.
Can I go shoot it?
Sure. You guys can all make movements. Davarin is already talking about how he's going to just, mount and tan this goblin's hide. He seems to be too preoccupied with his kill.
We could just go all the way over, or no?
You can make like a round of movement now to walk over there.
I'm gonna
Which includes if you want to like run there and do like your run speed to get over there, you can do that.
What's
I'm
my
gonna
run?
grab like a bucket,
Oh,
maybe
8.
from one of the carts, and I'm gonna create water.
Okay, great. Yeah, so you grab there's a bucket behind Lanalee's tent, the woman who was selling the cider or giving out the cider. So you grab that and you create water to fill the bucket.
I'm gonna give it to Babu to fly over there also.
Okay, cool. So Babu has the bucket. Kate is going to run her way over there. I'm going to need new initiative rolls for everybody.
Let me actually click my token this time, make sure it's clicked.
I believe in you.
This last time. If we roll the same initiative, can I call bullshit?
If you roll the same initiative, then whoever has the higher dex goes first.
No, I mean same initiative as last time. Like.
I mean, yeah, I guess it's not going to do anything for you, but you can.
Love rolling the same initiative.
All right, so.
I mean, technically, I'm going first unless Cade rolls higher.
Let's see, the War Chanter has a dex of. Okay, that's definitely higher. Pyros, their dex is Ursuline, your dex is what, like I'm not looking at the stream. Here we go. I probably should just do that. 18. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's better than that goblin. And okay, we're set. It is this goblin right here. At this point, Gavin hadn't moved. He now notices that his cart has gone up in flames. The goblin is going to step forward and attack him with his dog slicer. That is a 7 to hit, so that doesn't do anything to Gavin, and it is now Jareem's turn.
So Jareem's just gonna tell Babu to fly the water over the fire.
Okay,
And
so
just drop it down.
Babu has a fly speed of 60, I believe, so he's going to take... Yeah, fly speed of 60, so he's going to get to just past the stage, carrying the bucket.
I'll follow them over there.
Okay, like I said, you would have gotten initiative, a bit of movement before initiative, so yeah, you can go ahead and head over there. Okay, Allie just messaged me and said she's good now, so...
Oh, is she awake now?
She said her phone died.
Oh.
All right, so you run and get over there. You are out of first level spells. So you can. I'm not.
These are all just daily uses.
Create water you can use as often as you want. Burning Hands and Shadow Trap are first level spells, and yeah, those are slots. So yeah, you've used them. I'm just checking real quick to see if you can throw your spear. Just 'cause I don't want you to feel like you can't do anything this turn. You can actually. You can throw a spear up to 20 feet.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, I'll throw my short spear. I'll aim for this one.
Okay, the chanter in the back. Yep, 20 feet. But yeah, go ahead and roll your attack.
What do I roll for the attack?
You just go to where it says, I think it says attacks on the character sheet, and you just like weapon/attacks. You just click on short spear.
Oh, okay.
So you rear back and you throw your spear, and it lands harmlessly at the feet of the war chanter, dealing no damage.
Dream's just gonna say, I hate spears too.
Next is this goblin down here. It's going to take out its. Did the song end? Did the music end? Let's fix that. Let's fix that real quick. It's going to take its dog slicer and try to swing at Gavin. That is a critical hit. Gavin takes 9 points of slashing damage. He's still looking pretty okay though. No reason for concern yet. It's going to end his turn. It is now Erzalin's turn.
Okay. Am I within 10 feet of one of them?
You are, yes. He's kind of behind the cart, so you might have to like step to the side to get better line of sight on him. But
I'll step to the side then. Like here or like here?
Either one.
Okay. I'll aim at this guy and I'll shoot him.
Okay. So you fire your blunderbuss point blank at this this goblin. 16 is a hit. He gets blasted in the face by your shot. He does survive, however. You could blood is just pouring out of his face. He's screaming in pain, and he just says, "I've never seen a long shank like you."
What is a long shank?
That's like the term that goblins use to refer. Yeah, goblins use that to refer to like humans and other humanoids.
Okay, and I say, and you're not gonna see me again once I'm done with you.
He's just like, ah, and he's pretty frightened. Next is this guy over here. He will step out to the side. He's going to pull out his short bow and he will fire at Jareem in response to Jareem's attack on the chanter. The shot sails past Jareem. It is Catherine's turn.
Okay. He is going to. She is going to sit and think about what she's doing.
Oh yeah, if you want to take your pre-initiative movement, like go ahead and do that.
Yeah,
Cause
let me do that first, because I'm like, where did it go?
like you'd be able to move up to your run speed because it'd be like a full round basically.
Their pre-initiative.
Okay.
And I can't really see what's going on, so I'm going to cut over here.
All right.
And I am going to try to throw my Yeah, I'm going to throw my kunai at the goblin closest to me.
Okay, the kunai has a throw range of 10 feet, so that you could throw it at this one without any attack penalty. So sure, go ahead and make your attack.
Sorry, I'm still getting used to the new there we go. Okay.
Okay, 10 to hit is not going to hit. Your aim is just a little bit off, and you actually throw a little bit too far to the left, and it actually impacts the cart that is still on fire.
Okay. That's all I can do this turn, right?
Move, attack, unless you have anything that's a swift action. I don't think you do.
No, I don't, unfortunately.
Okay, so that's going to bring us to the Chanter's turn. The Chanter is going to move forward to about there. The Chanter is going to pull out a whip.
Is he gonna nay with it?
Yeah, it's gonna try to nay you actually, because it's a.
Get it.
It is a reach weapon. Actually, wait. Yeah, it's gonna attempt to do that. So that is going to.
I'm like right behind someone.
Yeah, as a reach weapon, it's it can get past and try to attack you. That is a 15 to hit, which I don't think hits you.
I have an AC of 18.
Yeah, it does not hit you. The Chanter just continues to sing its song after that, as it nervously realizes that it didn't do anything to you.
How is my AC higher than Dino's?
Dino is carrying a heavier load and has a lower dex than you. So that's that. I think that's pretty sure that was why because his AC was 17, and then after we did all his gear, it like dipped down to 15 because he was carrying so much shit. So I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Anyway, it is now Dino's turn.
Dino.
Alrighty, let me see. Pretty sure most people are like slightly out of my range. I can move there. And move my Dennis buddy. Yeah, and I'm going to cast Acid Ball on Chomper.
Okay, so yeah, you're going to give Chomper his acid bite. Just go ahead and hit the spell just to remind me of the mechanics of it.
Alright. And that's all I can do for now, so that's my turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that just so I can remind myself what it does. Okay, so this is going to. All right, so for the next minute, for the next minute, you guys notice that there is a bit of acid that's dripping from Chomper's teeth, sort of empowering his attacks. And it's now Cade's turn. So the situation, since you were away for a bit, is the cart that is in front of you here is on fire. Babu is carrying a bucket of water over as we speak to attempt to put it out, but everyone seems to have no reservations about standing next to a burning cart and fighting goblins. So.
Alright, so pretty much what I'm going to do is look over at the goblin here
Mm-hmm.
and essentially command him to fight his allies.
Okay.
Sam.
So you shout a command for the goblin to hinder its allies. Well, wait, hold on. Let's see. The commands are drop, fall, flee, halt, approach. Okay, so yeah, you can select from any of those options. It can approach you. It can drop whatever it's holding. It can fall to the ground and remain prone. It can flee, or you can force it to stand in place.
Then I'm going to tell it to flee.
Flee. Okay. All right. Let's make its will save. It rolled a natural 1, which is a 0. So
It's gonna go bye-bye.
it freezes in place and looks towards you and just starts nodding its head in your direction.
I'm going to then pretty much look at myself and implant a trick and end my turn. After moving away from the cart and yelling at everyone else to do so.
All right. It's now the top of the round. The flaming cart stays on fire, but the fire, it has not spread yet. It sort of just remains contained to the cart for now. It is this goblin's turn. It is at this point, by the way, Gavin has stepped away. I didn't put him in the initiative order, but he's stepped away. Jargy over here is, oh god, I didn't mean to stretch his token. He's sort of run off. This goblin is going to step forward. He's going to take out his torch, and he's going to try and set Urzulin ablaze with it. That is a 12 to hit, which does not hit.
Not the fire.
Realizing that you have stopped his attack, he once again tries to he screams out, and he tries to regain his composure and once again become inspired by the chanters singing. And that brings us to Jareem's turn.
I probably have to go get my spear now, right?
You would have to go pick up the spear, yes.
I'm gonna go get the spear.
Okay.
You know what? I'm gonna have Babu get the spear.
Okay, well, are you having it dump the water on the cart?
Oh, did it do that already?
It hasn't made it over to the cart yet.
Alright.
But it has a fly speed of 60, so it could. Now, if you wanted to get the spear, Babu would probably just like haphazardly drop the bucket onto the cart rather than like.
I'll run and get the spear. He has to take care of the cart.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna grab the spear. And lunge at this one right here.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. It is being flanked by Urzulin. So that is, check the bonus on that. Because that's going to be close.
I read a meme. Tim, you'll appreciate this. I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay. Hopefully I appreciate it as much as that snort right there. That was pretty good.
it's a good fucking meat.
Okay, yeah, so you get a +2 to that, which does make it a hit. As the goblin is so focused on Erzalin, you come up and you stab right through its side with the spear, and the goblin is small enough that the spear just goes all the way through it.
God damn.
Just gore, blood and gore of this goblin everywhere. As you retract your spear, it crumples to the ground, lifeless. As for Babu, he flies over. Go ahead, make a dexterity check for Babu.
Dexterity. Oh, I rolled twice.
Okay. Also make a fly check.
A what? A fly?
Fly check, yeah. Okay, so Babu's flight is not affected in any way. God damn it. That's a dad joke if I've ever seen one.
Sorry.
Okay, so yeah, his flight is not affected by this task of dumping a bucket of water on top of the cart. It's not very clean, though, the way he does it, and he only puts out about half the fire. And it's only the bit that's, like, directly in front of him right here. So, like, here is still on fire. I think that ends. Yeah, that's all your actions, I believe. Okay, so yeah, it's now Urzulin's turn. Urzulin,
Yep, sorry.
you're good.
I'm tired. Who's still alive? Oh, they're right next to me now. I'm gonna shoot him point blank again. Badoosh.
Unfortunate. Yeah, no, this time, you, for a brief moment, you forget how short a goblin is, and you just shoot right over his head.
Can I like look down and just kick him instead? as like a minor action, just kick him.
Yeah, go ahead, make a strength check. All right, so yeah, you kick out at this goblin. He kind of just absorbs it. Not really like taking any damage, and he just looks at you. He's like, "Hey, no fair."
Don't you know how initiative works? One attack per turn.
I didn't do any damage to him though. I just kicked him in frustration.
He's like, I know, like,
No
I'm a
fair,
goblin, but I still follow the rules of combat.
This goblin right here is gonna step forward, angered.
Isn't he unaffected by flee, though?
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yes, this guy's supposed to flee. You're right. My mistake. So yeah, I'm not gonna take him off the map yet because he might run back after this turn. But yeah, he runs his full speed of 30 feet away. And it's now Catherine's turn.
So the cart's still on fire, right?
Partially.
Okay. I'm gonna use Drench to put out the cart.
Okay, so yeah, you conjure a out of nowhere a rain cloud appears above the cart, soaking it with water, extinguishing the flames.
Yeah. And do I have another action or?
I believe that spell is a standard action. It doesn't say.
Yeah, it's one standard action.
So then yes, that is your standard action. You can move if you like.
I'm gonna stay put. I'm gonna check the cart, make sure fire's out everywhere, and that I got everything.
Okay, yeah, you're right next to it. You can clearly see that it's no longer on fire.
And so I'm my turn.
Next is the chanter. The chanter is going to now see that the cart is no longer on fire, and its plans are foiled. It is going to start. The tone of its voice changes to. It gets like overly cheerful, just abnormally cheerful. It directs its voice towards you, Catherine. Go ahead and make a will save for me.
Where do I do that?
It should be if you click over by
Oh,
where.
never mind. Found it.
Found it? Okay. Okay, that is exactly what you needed to roll. So, the War Chanter's spell. Wait, a creature whose type is different. Okay, never mind. All right, so yeah, the goblin attempts to put you under a spell. As its voice just tries to get into your mind and just like mess with your thought process, but you shrug it off, and you're unaffected.
I'm going to yell back in Goblin. Really, dude?
All right, it is now Dino's turn.
Alright, I'm sick of this stupid shaman. I'm fucking this motherfucker. Alright, first of all, Shimitar.
Okay. Yeah, that is a hit. Actually, wait, no, I'm sorry. You're attacking the chanter, right? The chanter is a higher AC. That is actually. Oh no, you're flanking it. That's still a hit. Yes, that's a hit. You're flanking with Chompy. So you take notice of how its voice changed and how it's attempting to manipulate your allies using its voice. So you
Out his tongue.
yeah, you can do just that. You rush forward, and yeah, as the goblin, the chanter looks at you and tries to like taunt you by like sticking its tongue out at you and just be like, you can't get me. You just swing down with your scimitar and just remove its tongue entirely. You also cut it in such a way that from the damage that you've done to the chanter, it just bleeds out and falls to the ground, and dies.
Oh man. Little prick. Alright, Chomper. Attack!
Okay, just make sure you have the acid moth thing checked off for the bonus damage. As Chomper attempts to
How do I do that?
attack the surrounded damage. It's under the attack on there. I put in, I think it's like damage 2 or something like that. I think is what the entry says. Yeah, if you click the highlight bite, click the gear here. Right, exactly. So yeah, where it says acid ball, just click that checkbox right next to it before you roll the attack, and then it'll put the bonus damage in the roll.
I don't know what I was doing. There we are.
Yeah, it's a hit. Chomper bites down on this goblin. You want to have it like chest, head, like where do you want to?
He rips off his head.
Okay, yeah. So it sinks its teeth into the goblin's head, dealing the total of 10 points of damage. You all watch as Chomper's teeth just like begin to crush this poor goblin's skull. The acid that is dripping off of his teeth begins to melt the flesh of the goblin's head, and then with one just hard tug of its maw, the goblin's head is just removed from its body, and Chomper holds it aloft as the acid continues to just like melt the flesh away from the skull. You guys have, yeah. So is anyone else going to concern themselves with the goblin that was forced to flee on their turn?
I feel like we should.
Yeah, because that spell lasts for 1 round. So,
Well, you guys gonna move before I do, so I'm pretty sure you guys can take care of it.
yeah, it's gonna be Cade's turn. The goblin, I mean, currently I moved 2 squares away from you, I think. So it is still within your crossbow range, having moved that far away from you. So it's whatever you want to do, Cade. Your go.
Allie.
I cannot hear you. You're not muted this time, but I can't hear you if you're speaking.
What?
It's your turn. It's your turn. The goblin.
Can you hear me?
Yes, it's only the goblin that was forced to run away from you remaining. It is still within your crossbow range if you'd like to attack it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Oh shit.
So you ready your crossbow, and you strike, and
Damn.
yes, that is a confirmed critical hit. This goblin doesn't even get the chance to turn around and come back to the fight. With the spell still in effect, actually it would have ended right after your turn. You load your crossbow, fire it off, and you watch as the bolt just impacts right at the base of the skull of the goblin, and
Yes.
and it just crumples to the ground in a heap.
So, Cade looks excitedly for a moment, but not gonna happen. Not.
Sorry for the.
Came back just to show that he's
No, I had to move the token just because the condition thing gets cut off if it's on the edge of the map, so I had to indicate that it's dead.
Oh, now that we're
I'm sorry, Al. I didn't mean to cut off what you were saying.
I was gonna say to make sure the cart was out.
Yes. You noticed that between Babu trying to dump some water onto it, as well as Catherine conjuring a rain cloud above the cart, that it's no longer on fire.
All right, then okay.
Okay. That is the end of the encounter.
I turn to Dino and I say, Dino, what does a cannibal call a pregnant woman?
I don't know what.
Kinder surprise.
God.
And I turn and I walk away.
Oh fuck.
Um.
I'm gonna use
did
that.
Cat hear that?
You all heard that, I imagine.
I have it so that after every combat she's gonna say like a dark humor joke.
Gavin is gonna look at you and he's just gonna be like, "What's a Kinder surprise?"
I'm gonna look around and just think that she's making a reference to my possible vampire heritage and just quietly like kind of slip into the background a bit. You know, like,
All right.
And I
for
explained
the,
to this guy that
four goblins that I
in Riddleport,
killed,
Kinder surprises
to be
are like
fair,
chocolates
and I
with
wanna
like
look
a toy in it.
bones.
That sometimes it's a toy, sometimes it's drugs. We don't know.
He looks a little bit confused as well as appalled by your description of what a Kinder surprise is, and he's just like, "I certainly hope they're not selling those things to children."
They're not.
no.
I say,
Wait, isn't one of them on the
I
The
look
stage, just the
over at
sheriff.
Ursula and I just am like motioning, like, cut it out. Don't. This is not good.
The sheriff.
Do I see it?
If you're wondering why I didn't move the sheriff's token around, he was protecting the mayor.
Where's the mayor?
The mayor is standing next to him on the stage.
Typical.
Okay.
Um,
I turned to this guy and I'm just like, well, I don't know if you know anything about Riddleport, but it's not a good place to be. Don't ever go there. Stay here. Sandpoint is very nice.
okay, here's a question for you. When you said they don't sell them to kids, were you telling the truth?
I would assume that they do sell them to kids, because that's what the smuggler thing does. He recruits kids to transport stuff.
Make a bluff check. That's why I asked. All right, he's gonna roll sense motive against that just because he can.
I'm not a bad person. I'm just telling him.
I know.
The truth, but he said, "Did they do?"
You're
it to
lying
kids?"
for his
I
own
don't.
good.
I'm lying. Yeah, I'm lying for his own good, basically.
He rolled really high. he's going to look at you and say, "Well, I'm glad you're not in Riddleport anymore. That sounds like a terrible place."
It is.
Hey, I turn to my newly found comrades. Alright, I'm not sure what you're gonna do with your goblin kills, but I'm gonna take my 4 goblins and I'm going to either feed them to Chopper before I take what they have.
Oh, give me the ears.
Oh, Catherine has already started going through their pockets to find gold.
She's way ahead
Well,
of you.
4 of those goblins are mine.
Oh, doesn't matter. We all share. Yeah.
Okay.
With all due respect, I don't know any of you.
I raise my hand and say, we should all share.
All right, so
Catherine looks down glumly and is like, are you sure?
those
Yes, I am sure.
who are looting make sleight of hand checks.
Since I'm cutting off their ears, could I also be looting at the same time?
Sure.
I'm very obvious.
So
Those.
am I, apparently.
I never even thought of the possibility that I could loot things, so I'm watching them and going over and like, are you taking their stuff?
No, I'm taking their ears.
That's
I'm after
crazy.
their loot. And then once I'm done with that, I'm gonna feed them to Chomper here.
You're feeding like the corpses to.
Yeah, if he likes it. If he doesn't like it, I'm not gonna make him because you know they're goblins.
Okay, so he sniffs the goblins.
Cleanup crew.
He doesn't seem to mind their scent much.
Actually, never mind. We have good food here. I'm not subjecting him to having to eat goblin yet.
There you go. That's a good
We're
druid
gonna do
right
that when
there.
we're desperate.
That's a good druid.
My T-Rex eats salmon and lobster
Potatoes.
curry.
Don't forget the potatoes. The potatoes are good.
Potato.
All right,
Chopper
so
is not a vegetarian. He eats meat and nothing but meat. Anyway, what do I find on this shaman here?
on the chanter, you find the weapons it was carrying. So you find a short bow, and you find a dog slicer, which is basically like it's like a crudely made like short sword. It's kind of just like made of like different parts that have been attached together. Like it all looks like it came from like a junkyard. You also find 20 arrows with the bow. Hold on, my mouse sensitivity just went to shit. All right, here we go. Okay, so yeah, 20 arrows with the short bow. You find the whip that it was holding. It has a very small, obviously goblin-sized suit of studded leather armor. You find a potion and 20 gold pieces.
Ooh.
I am going to kind of look at awe and the amount of food that just happened and just say, so, are we all working together from now on?
Dream's gonna
Yeah,
say
you
it's
say we're
what it looks
together on
like.
this. However, I think it's only fair that I get the stuff that I killed.
I look at them and I say, I feel like we all should share a bit. I can get a cut for giving you guys information on the town. You can get a cut for saving the town from putting out the fire. You get a cut for killing a bunch of shit, and you get a cut for being resourceful enough to realize that we should actually go check their pockets.
In my experience, that's usually how it works. Jareem says, nodding his head, thinking about visiting Riddleport, whatever it's called, for the
true, but
Kingdom
we're not
Surprise.
necessarily an adventuring party yet. And we didn't put air quotes between a party yet, and we didn't go on a mission. We all decided to help these guys out because they ruined my fun personally, so screw those guys. Y'all had your chance of hitting the shaman and didn't work out. So, I'll be
Can
taking these.
Can I bring ears to this guy?
To Davern, of course, yeah.
Davern. I'm just gonna call him Dave.
That's fine.
I'm gonna go bring my ears to Dave.
Alright, let me see.
Like, hey, do you want these?
So yeah, you have an unidentified potion, which if you guys would like to know how to identify that, I can certainly inform you.
I would.
So the way to
helpful, but I'm writing stuff down.
Sure. The way to identify a potion is someone can cast Detect Magic on it, or you can make a spellcraft check if you are trained in it.
I am not trained in spellcraft, so I cannot.
I think I am.
I'm looking over
Yeah,
their
I'm
shoulder
trained in
and,
spellcraft, so I'll. I know nothing.
I'm doing this from peering over their shoulder, trying to be
However,
helpful
even
without
though I
them
know
noticing. I'm just gonna be
nothing
like,
I'm just gonna
even
smell
that's
it.
not a safe bet. I was about to say maybe it has something to do with fires because they set the thing on fire, but even you said that they use torches, so.
Yeah, I mean, again, Detect Magic works as well, and somebody has that.
Spell.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Dream has that. So yeah, in Dream takes an eye and looks at the potion for a moment. He notices that it is a potion of Cure Light Wounds.
Ooh, healing potion.
That the Goblin War Chanter just never got a chance to use.
I'm gonna tell him this
Yeah, the
might,
poor guy
this
got
might come in
one-shotted.
handy later.
Most potions typically are. I mean, why else would you brew them if they're useless?
You would be very surprised, my friend.
Getting back to the other looting checks, so that'd be Catherine and Urzulin. You're just trying to, you're looting the remaining goblins, or there's one in particular that you're trying to loot?
I'm just looking at the remaining ones.
Okay, so the two that are near you, we'll say, because the one that Cade shot is a little further away. You find like similar weapons to the Chanter, the dog slicer, the short bow, they had, those two had torches on them, which are no longer lit. In their pockets, between the two of them, you find a total of 10 gold pieces.
Okay, cool. I am going to pocket them.
Right, he stole one of my kills, so I am going here. And I'm gonna loot 3 of them. The one by the things over here, and then
The one, okay, not the one in the crate. The one that the,
Right, the one crate is mine. So one in the crate, one over here, and then this one, the one on the booth.
all right. Go ahead and make a sleight of hand check for all of those.
So 3 checks.
No, we'll just do one for the lot. That's fine.
There you are.
Okay, 11.
Not bad.
Similarly, leather armor, dog slicer, short bow. You know, the same. Blah blah blah. All that. Between the three that you are looting, you find 17 gold pieces. For a few moments, there is a bit of a calm that falls over the town. Some of the off in the distance, you can see just the total sort of goblin bloodshed that has happened. There are a few, sadly, a few unfortunate Sandpoint citizens who were not so lucky, and who the goblins were able to take out. Nobody that none of the merchants or any of the inner tavern owners, really anyone that you conversed with, was killed. All of those people made it out okay. Just some other like random like nameless people or people that you didn't get a chance to meet. After a few moments, you hear a sound coming off in the distance to the north, past the stage, past the carts owned by Cracktooth and Garradin, the owner of the White Deer Inn. The sound you hear is the scream of a male human, and there is the sound of a dog frantically barking in that direction, and that's where we're gonna end tonight.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. That was fun.
Yeah, I definitely did not intend to go almost 4 hours, but I was really enjoying it, and I hope all of you were too.
Yeah.
4 hours is the norm.
As well as the people who were watching. I was actually surprised with the amount of viewership we had tonight. That was great to see.
Can I get a Chomper McChomper sit in the chat, please, and thank you?
Yeah. Once we're able to have emotes, that's gonna be like the first one. Is like fucking
Yeah.
Yes.
T-Rex.
I feel like
T-Rex
I need to send you
with a big dumb grin on his face.
I feel like I need to send you a dino plushie for Chomper
I would
Chomper
love
son.
a dino plushie.
I love it.
Yo, I actually had a lot of fun.
So
And I'm sorry for my phone issues.
Well, something can help, so no problems there.
I'm wondering why I'm occasionally getting like some crackling sound in my headphones, but I don't think it's anything that you guys are doing.
hear anything?
Yeah, my thing crackles every once in a while. I'm trying to fix it because it goes out every once in a while.
Yeah, like it just happened again. I'm trying to
That wasn't me.
No, I know. It's saying right now that there are two separate applications that are using my microphone, and one of them is Discord, obviously, but I don't know what the other one is.
Roll20.
No, it's not. I always turn off the sound on Roll20.
It's probably Google listening on our.
Oh, of
our
course.
Pathfinder session.
No, of course. It's OBS. It's OBS. I don't know why I didn't think of that.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah, it's weird though. Like I've never had this problem like when we were like streaming. Like let's say when I was streaming like Guild Wars and playing with you. Like I don't know. I never had that problem before. But all right. So thank you guys for making this first session a lot of fun. You guys all like really took to the whole like not knowing each other pretty well. I was kind of like I was a little bit worried about that. So thank you for making that very smooth. I mean, obviously, combat's going to get smoother as we move forward once we all get accustomed to the rules a bit better. Once again, thanks to everyone who watched tonight. And yeah, we'll come back next week and pick up with this screaming and barking.
Alright, but before you go,
Yeah,
quick
but
question.
I had a good
Farmer, what's
session,
the goblin
guys.
using?
I'll see you next week.
Yeah, it was a good
Okay.
session.